Swimming 11/11. How are ya? Well, actually, it's Halloween, so happy Halloween. Hope you guys are doing well today. We have to finish this reading. I started it a few days ago. Well, excuse me, yesterday. I don't know what's going on with me. Give me a moment. Yeah, so we're going to be getting through the energies of Libra through Pisces. So again, we started this just a little while ago yesterday. We got through Aries and Virgo. So if you want to catch up, please go to yesterday's video. I don't have any videos in the video playlist section for uploads, but I have all lives. So if you go to my channel and you go to lives, you'll see all the different uploads. That's how I do it. Oh, hi there. Hey, Karen. Hi, Divine Healer. Oh, hello, sweetheart. I hope you liked that editing I did for you. It was my first time. It took me a while to figure it out, but I got it done. I'm so sorry I was late. No, thank you so much. It wasn't late. I appreciate that by all means. That was the most beautiful timing I've ever seen. Have you guys seen it? Go to yesterday's video, and Divine Healer put the cycles of the moon and candles up for every timed video. It was so nice. Well, for every timed sign. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Marcus Dreamer. Thank you. Hi. Look at you already putting that out there for people. Oh, I super appreciate that. All right. So, yeah, if you didn't get to see Aries through the signs to Virgo, you're missing a very good video. We're going to try to finish today now. Hopefully I want to keep it under 2 hours. Honestly, I don't want to be crazy long like I was yesterday. So we're going to try to do it better. All right, Spirit, please guide and direct me for this message. I want to get into the sign of Libra. And I want to know, what is their deep healing? What is Libra's deepest healing? What is it you need to heal? For that person who's a Libra watching me and you're like, you know, I'm trying to pinpoint my deepest healing point so I can work on this. What would this be? Okay. Yeah, so we're going to get into that. No, it's fine, Markers. Thank you so much. Everyone gets busy. I have super busy days. I was so busy yesterday too. My gosh. Busy till late night. My back hurts. And now I have to be busy all day today. Ooh, all the way through the night. My day is going to go from right now all the way till about 2 o'clock in the morning tonight. So I've got a very, very, very big day planned. All right. And I woke up about an hour ago. So I slept in, but I still kind of feel, you know how it is. All right. Cleanup took till dark. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. All right, Spirit, guide and direct me for Libra. I just want to mention while I'm shuffling here, I posted a comment of a Ouija board, and I was actually surprised at my collective. Very surprised that some of you thought it was a joke. We had some very immature people put ghost and, oh, it's not so scary, and what's the difference between a Ouija board and tarot cards? And I just want to take a moment while I'm shuffling to talk to my collective and tell you guys, of course there's a difference. Of course there's a difference. Do you think that I am a very good reader by accident? By chance? By luck? That it's just entertainment? That these oracle cards and tarot is just a joke? Some form of entertainment for you? No. I'm going to speak to the collective on that. This is a form of divination. And only specific people should be dabbling in divination. Someone said, isn't tarot the same thing as a Ouija board calling on the spirits? I said, it's near, it's alike, It is not the same thing. Is having a male child the same as having a female child? No. Different, different. Both children, very different to raise. Very different. Ouija is a form of divination, but you have to look at the historical and ancestral intents and purposes of the tools that you're using. Tarot and Oracle, those energies that are stuck with those cards, that is a historical and ancestral energy, it is of communication with the Akashic records, with the help of your spirit guides, ancestors, ascended masters, to help you read the Akashic records, which is an energy, not a book, not a paper, but to help read the Akashic records about which you're trying to figure out, from whom, for what, all of that. You're diving into an energy and you need to read it. You need to read spiritual even though you're physical. So it's about intuition. It's about searching, using your psychic abilities, your knowings, your feelings, your intuitions, voices that come in your head, these thoughts, which is your higher self. These things that pop into your head are not just always by accident. Yes, sometimes spirit guides can give you that information if you ask. But usually you only welcome love and light, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors. Okay? And the intent and the energy of the tarot and the oracle is to read energy, not people. Now, can you connect with people that are on the other side and let them speak to you through cards? Yes. Does it work all the time? No. And does it work often? Here and there. It really depends on if they even want to come through and even discuss anything with you. And an intuitive and a psychic and a medium will know if they're there or not. See, that person practices their intuition. You're dealing with a psychic, an intuitive, a medium, okay? And mediums are the only ones that should be really communicating with the dead, okay? Mediums. Now, then you get this Ouija board situation out, and people think, oh, it's fun and games. Let me tell you who thinks it's fun and games. Anyone under the age of 30, number one, thinks it's fun and games. So all those comments, I know you're under the age of 30. I know you are. Because you don't even understand life yet. You barely learned how to wipe your ass, okay? You don't know. Sorry, no offense, guys that are younger and you're not like that. But some of those people just don't even understand divination. The Ouija board's history and ancestral energy and intent and purpose. Sole purpose is not to read the Akashic records, not to read energy. Its tool purpose, its sole purpose and invention is to speak with spirits on the other side. And it has been used to speak with negative spirits, hauntings, ghosts is what they would say, but are really, they're just spirits that have not crossed over. Some of these spirits have reasons they did not cross over. They're either very angry, unable to cross over, unhealed, unfinished business, confused, or very upset. But I can guarantee you the spirits connecting with you through a Ouija board are not in a good place, and they're not in a good light. There's something wrong there. There is something wrong there. And I'll be honest with you. I would say at least 8 times out of the 10 that you would even use that board, you are not connecting with a spirit or a haunting that is not crossed over or is communicating with you from the other side. You're communicating with a dark entity, a dark energy, because the Ouija board holds basically a spiritual vibration. I know it is an item, but it still holds a vibration. And the vibration of the Ouija board is very connected to Saturn. It's very connected with dark energy. And so the energy you're going to pick up on with the Ouija board is dark. And just like doing magic, you open portals. You open doorways. And these people that think, oh, it's just a Ouija board, it's just a joke. First of all, you're ridiculous. To say that is to say that tarot and oracles are not real. It's entertainment. And to say that is to say that magic is not real. It's just for shits and giggles. And to play with a Ouija board is to say it's just for shits and giggles. None of it is. None of it is. But I can tell you the difference between someone who plays with a Ouija board like a child and someone who uses it. There's probably some difference of intent. But the intelligent spirits around that Ouija board, the intelligent ancient dark energy, which is very real, does not think it's a joke. And they will enter your body and your home, and they will haunt you, and they will get into your mind. They will create things and thoughts in your head that are not good, not of light. Suicidal energy can come from that. Suicidal energy on your children can come from that. Homicidal energy can come from the Ouija board. Anger, depression, severe, where you want to stay inside and close the blinds and close the windows and drink, okay? These are dark energies. And even though it may not haunt you like a movie scene, it will create dark vibration around you. That is a fact. If you want to dabble in the forces, know what you're dabbling with. It is not a joke. It is not a game. It is an energy reader, and it's an energy magnet also. It attracts dark energy. Its sole purpose is to attract dark energy. If you were to create something, to do something, I think it might do that, don't you think? Well, the Ouija board was created to connect with dark energy. That was its purpose. So for those of you that say, oh, I want to use it for love and light, I want to use it to connect with my child, I want to use it to connect with my sister, I want to use it to just connect with my spirit guides. No, please don't fool yourself. You're not going to be connecting with those energies through the Ouija board. If you want to use things like yes or no, if you want to use energy like that, where you can get direct answers, use a pendulum. They have a tablecloth where you can put little notes on the side to get a yes or a no, and you can work with a pendulum. So pendulums are good if you want to connect with your sister or your child that's passed over. Getting a specific deck of cards that is speaking to the ones that have passed over. There's some good ones. One is created by James Van Praagh. He is a medium. He does channel the passed on spirits, and he made his own oracles. There's the butterfly oracles, also created by medium. You see, it's all about the intent and the purpose. Intent and purpose. It holds the energy of what you're using. If it's made and created out of love and light, you will attract love and light. But if you're going to use something that is created in darkness and even evil, you're going to attract that. And, you know, your big question is, well, can spirits lie? Yes. Can demons lie? All the time. Is there such a dark thing? Yes. You cannot perform tarot or oracles if you do not believe in good and bad, right and wrong, light and dark, good and evil, demon and angel. If you do not believe in those things, you cannot read tarot and oracle or do magic or do pendulums. It's pointless because you have no faith, and therefore you will not connect. But you will connect, not announced to you or by your means. You will encounter, I think is the right word, energies, demonic forces, and possibly even dark spirits that want to basically, excuse my French, fuck with you. Okay? And that is the truth. So if you think that those things are entertainment, or if you think it's for good, I do not recommend it. That is my humble, professional, and spiritual opinion. I don't want to believe that I'm the best reader in the world, but I know that I'm a good one, and I know that I'm honest, and I know the reason I'm good at what I do is because I connect with my ancestors, my guides, and the angels. And I do know that there are demons. I have dealt with them, and I have seen them. And it is not fun, it is scary. And I have dabbled in all different kinds of divination and magic. And I am very comfortable at this point in my life to know what is good to do and what is not. And if you have not had the same experience, take my advice. But you don't have to. You'll discover this on your own. But that is the truth of it all, okay? And that's how I feel. It's my opinion. You're quite welcome to put your opinions on my comment board with the sticker, or excuse me, the picture that I posted on my community section with the Ouija board. You're welcome to go comment under there your beliefs, but that is mine, and I do have experience. Anyways, you should know that it's not a joke. And if you think that way, if you think that, you know, stuff like that is ridiculous, ask yourself, why are you following tarot? Please. I would like to know why you are. I would really like to have that in the comments. Why are you following tarot? Because I would like to know what your faith is. What are you believing in? Okay? What is your faith foundation? Because I'm surprised. I'm just surprised at some of the comments people have. Maybe it's a culture thing nowadays. Maybe it's a millennial entertainment now, tarot. Maybe it's become like a TV show or a series, or, you know, maybe it's just entertainment for a lot of young people nowadays. But there is tradition, my friends, behind this. Tradition. History. There's attachments to these things. These cards, no matter who creates them, there's an energy that is attached. And it says, this is what I represent. And you do need to be careful with what you're doing. Even using cards, people have had bad experiences on just the type of cards they use. Okay, so there are certain brands, certain types that even have experiences where it's negative. Okay? Nothing's wrong with negative. You have to have light and dark. Just know how to deal with it. Kira, I feel like I just walked into a room where shit went down. Hi, welcome. We're fine, hun. We were just talking about the Ouija board. It is Halloween. I put a comment, I think yesterday, about the Ouija board. And some people commented on it that, you know, it wasn't that serious. They had some funny emojis. They thought it was a joke. A lot of people actually commented, what's the difference between tarot and a Ouija board? And it was like they thought there was no difference. I think one person seriously had the question. At least I think it was serious. I didn't take it as sarcasm. Maybe it was sarcasm. I don't know. But I answered it honestly, and I gave the description I just gave you on camera. Okay, so I gave that person a reason of why there's a difference. And I was just hoping you guys can understand. You know, it's not fun. It's not fun and games. It's not entertainment. It's not childish. This is a serious thing. And my question to you folks is, if you are laughing, if you think it's entertainment, well, for one, I don't like you. I don't like certain people, and if that's how you feel, just know that I wouldn't like you in person. I would not like you in person because I think you make a mockery of the spirit world. I think you're rude. I think you are disrespectful. I think you are childish at whatever age you are. This is a very serious matter. I take what I do seriously. It's not a joke. Sometimes I feel like I don't take my work seriously enough. Sometimes I think my readings are not the way I really need them to be. I'm not respectful of what I do. And I've just recently been feeling that way. And then I think all things happen for a reason, and I put that post, and it was like, yeah, I think I do need to start being more respectful because we get way too on the mainstream here. Way too on the mainstream here with tarot and other forms of divination, and it's not a joke, and the ancestors do not appreciate it. Our spirit guides do not want to be treated like a joke or something you can just beckon. That's not how it works. You don't just beckon a spirit. You don't just call on a spirit and they come running. How ridiculous, like they have nothing better to do. One day we will all be part of that spirit world. Hopefully we'll be guides, okay? The ones of us that are still learning, okay, and cannot be a guide and help people, then they will not be a guide. They're going to need to come here and do some other shit. But someday, I certainly hope that we will be spirit guides and we will help others figure out information they need to know to help others grow and heal. That is a very important purpose. And there is a battle of good and evil because we all have that battle inside of us. The battle of good and evil is really ourselves. You have good and light in you, dark and light, excuse me, and it's okay to have both. Nothing's wrong with that. Just have some balance, okay? Like I said, I have dealt with demonic energies. It's not a fun thing. Is there such a thing as possession? Yes. I've even considered doing that professionally. Dealing with demons and hauntings because I have dealt with it since a very young girl. And it's terrifying, and the reason I will not do it is because I have small children. And believe me, those energies are vengeful, and believe me, they're not weak. They have many ways to enter your life. But it all starts by entering your mind. Once they can get into your mind, which is where they want to be, they will work their way down into your heart. And then they will start to control your emotions and your feelings. And the way people have hauntings or demonic energies and possessions is because once you have let an energy or spirit enter you mentally and spiritually and emotionally, you, as the powerful being that you are, magicians, will manifest for them because they cannot do that. They are not body. They cannot manifest. They do not have a brain. They do not have your pineal gland. They do not have your tongue. They do not have an energy to create alchemically a manifestation. So believe me, when you have been entangled with a spirit, you will manifest. And you will even manifest dark things in your own world. Visions that are not yours, lights going on and off, coldness in a room. That's not from a spirit having the energy to do it by themselves. It's from a spirit entering you and you manifesting this around you. And it, you know, we have an aura, you know what that is. And your aura, your energy, your spirit, it will go with you. That's why when people move, like, oh, let me get away from this haunted house, it goes with them. It's not always just the house. But at some points, energies will stay with the house. And it's because that person is attached to the house. And that usually happens when somebody is so in love with their home. It's so beautiful, it's so perfect, they don't want to leave this home. They love this home. They love this house. They love everything about this house. They don't want, you know, it's theirs. It almost becomes a part of them. So the house begins to represent a part of that human, because you can transfer energy, because humans are powerful. So that's why people feel haunted house energy. It's because humans and spirits have attached themselves to things, and the energy is still there. It may not be as prominent or as strong as it once was, but remember, time is fluid. There is no past, present, and future. It is a circle. It is all present at all times. We can enter in and out of those moments. Anyways, there's a lot going on there, and I can't keep going on. This is a video not about that, so I'm going to stop there. But anyways, it is real, and the Ouija board is not to be messed with unless you want to dabble with dark energy. But I will tell you, repercussions. Repercussions. Like attracts like. You want to dabble with darkness, you will attract darkness. You want to dabble with demonic energy, you will receive demonic energy. You have a lack of faith, well, you're going to receive more of that. You're not going to make sense of what's going on in your life. You're not going to have direction. So anyways, that's a message for those people that are going to be dabbling with that for Halloween. People that think it's a joke. It's not. The Ouija board holds dark energy. It is what it is. I don't care if you buy it from Toys R Us. It shouldn't be there. Should not be there at all. But guess what? They sell tarot cards at Party City and Spirit and Halloween whatever stores. Oh yeah, they sell crystal balls and all that. Does it mean that they hold the spiritual energy it would from a metaphysical shop or from a creator? No, but it still holds energy. And it doesn't matter if you can buy it from a store or not. It shouldn't be there. The tarot should be respected. It should not be sold at those stores as a prop for dressing up to be a psychic, but whatever, they have them. So just because you buy a Ouija board at Walmart or Toys R Us does not mean, oh, it's good. It's good for me. No, it's not. Okay, there's a purpose. Okay. All right, so let's keep going. Let's just get on with this reading. Good afternoon, Texas Built. All right, we're here, guys. We're present now. Woosah, 27 minutes, a lot of intro. Let's go ahead and start with Libra. Let's clear the energy. All right. Tarot scares you. You have an association with divination as dark, and that comes from a religious background, whether it was a past life or this life. When someone has fear of the divination, it's because their ancestors have been persecuted for doing things like this. And maybe even past lives, you've been taught this was very dark, very evil. You'll get a lot of judgment where this is witchcraft. There's many things that are witchcraft, but somehow there's a label and a sticker on tarot, you know, it's like that. It's really not. But if you do have those feelings, work through them. Don't do it until you're ready. I think the advice to dabble with tarot, I can't talk today, tarot or oracles or any divination tools should only be used, in my humble opinion, by someone that has a lot of experience with religion, with history, experience with knowing the energy of light and dark, good and evil, and basically someone who has some experience with intuition and discernment, which really starts religiously. It's called discernment. Discernment in religion is the same thing as intuition in our community. So I do feel like you guys should be using your discernment and your intuition here before dabbling with the cards, because that's the only way you're going to be able to read it. And you should definitely have a good relationship with your ancestors. You should have already connected to them, ones that have gone over, and also connected with your spirit guides, your angels. Already noticing communication through numbers, through messages, through feathers, looking out at signs and synchronicities. If you're already experiencing a connection to the spirit world and you're already picking up on intuitive messages, then it's the right time for you to mess with tarot and oracle. Okay? But if you're not experiencing any of that yet, it may not be a good time to get into tarot or oracle because you're not ready to connect. Okay? So you should be ready to connect. And, you know, like I said, people that think this is a joke, if they have tarot channels, the people that commented on my sticker, my picture, they're not very good at what they do. And their readings are probably not very good because I give the credit to my readings, to my spirit guides and the angels. I also give complete credit to the Creator, Source, Spirit, who gives me these messages. Without them, we wouldn't have the truth. Without them, we wouldn't have this information. Without them, I wouldn't be who I am. So I give complete credit to their energy being here. I am just a vessel, okay? So people that think that is a joke, no wonder their readings are not very good. They're not getting any assistance. They're just playing with paper. Okay. Spirit, please guide me. So right now we're getting into Libra. Libra, you're kind of into yourself right now. Maybe for reasons that make sense, but you are on your own right now. You're a little bit, I do pick up some selfish energy. Is also what I'm picking up here. All truth will be revealed, Libra. You are my lifeline, I can't lose you. True love stories never end, stuck at a crossroad. You're seeing a situation very one-sided. Okay, and if this is not you, it's someone else that's dealing with you. But today we are looking into why you are hurting and what is at the core level of your healing. What do you need to deal with at a core level? One is let go. It looks like you hold a grudge quite well. And it's very difficult for you to move on from a past energy. That's you stuck at the crossroads of a major intersection, not being able to move on. We have closure issues, Libra. You are my lifeline, I can't lose you. There's something that you're dealing with, Libra, that is just, it's a lack of closure. And you're not willing to see the truth. You're not willing, Libra, to deal with things that are being shown to you, that is being revealed to you, because you have a belief system that true love stories never end, and you're just attached to this energy. You're unable to move on from the past. It's a little bit different than hanging on to a soul or hanging on to a person or loving someone eternally. This is different. This is, I am not over the past of what happened between us. I really liked our life. I really liked our marriage, or I really liked being with this person, or I really felt like this was my family. I really felt like this was supposed to be my life. And now I'm being forced to let that go. No, that's how you feel. And so you're having some real difficult times crossing over to the other side of freedom. It's over. We have to move on. We have, I am waiting for the right time to be transparent with you. And then we have Hanged Man down here. You need a different perspective. Waiting and waiting. Okay? So you are just waiting on this person. You're waiting for life to happen. When will this happen, you say? When am I going to come into contact with this person again? I need them. They're in my life. They're my soul partner. They're my soulmate. They're important to me. Okay, I can't move on. I need them. Or this is just a situation that it's maybe not a person. Maybe it's your past. You just can't let go of your past. Some people just want to relive the glory days. What comes to my mind is that one actor, he had blonde hair. He was kind of overweight. He was really funny. He co-starred in that movie, Along Came Polly, as Ben Stiller's best friend. And in the movie, he had been an actor for a moment, and he starred in a movie called Crocodile Tears. Not a real movie, it's just in the movie they're talking about his fake acting, okay? And that he could never move on. And he was like, I'm a major actor. I need to have E do a, you know, history on me, like a biography or whatever. I need someone to like record me and show where I am today. Where am I now? You know, he was very into himself, and he just very unable to move on from the little movie that he had starred in one time in the 80s. And in the movie, it was already, you know, 2000s or whatever when the movie came out. And everyone was like, you need to let go. That was Crocodile Tears. That was a long time ago in the 80s, and you were good, and it was funny as hell. But you're not embracing who you are today. You want to relive the glory days. So maybe this is you, Libra, trying to relive the glory days. You know, in essence, it may not be a person, is why I'm using that example. But for some of you, yeah, it could very well be a person. And you really just want to relive that situation with someone. And you're not able to move on because you really just wish you could still have it. Oh, you love that? He was a child star. Yeah, I am so sharing a moment with you. Oh, thank you so much, Morgan Martin. I'm glad you and I are sharing a moment because that was a great movie. If you're a movie buff like me, you're feeling it on the inside, you know? For those of you that haven't seen it, I'm sorry, but I do channel movies when I do readings. It just relates energy to me. It relates someone's personality. It relates... hello, my Venus and Leo. I see beauty in performance, arts and things. You know, this is how they communicate to me spiritually. So we'll just go with it, okay? So you're waiting for the right time. Let's see the shadow energy here for Libra. Oh, and it just wants to fall on the floor. Okay. Ooh, the Nun. Ah, sell out. Sell out. You're selling yourself short is what I'm feeling. You're selling yourself short. You're selling out. Wow, you're really fake. Like, that's what I'm feeling. That's a deep healing issue for you. Fake is not the worst thing in the world, so don't get super offended. Fake is in you tell people you're okay, but you're not. You lead people to believe all is well. You know what I mean? You wear masks. You say you're all right. Everything's fine, but it's definitely not. That's what I mean. You're pretending. You are selling out. You are pretending. You are this actor here. No, this isn't my issue. I don't have this issue. I'm fine in the present. I'm totally good in the present. By the way, will this resonate for everybody? No. This is going to resonate with the person that needs to hear it. Okay? And that person is watching. All right? So if you're watching this and it's not hitting you, it's not hitting home, then that message was just not meant for you. But why don't you follow your sun, moon, or rising sign to get a different message if one does not resonate, okay? All right, so anyways, for the Libra energy here, we have, you're just stuck in the past, reliving glory days, we're not ready to move on. The Hangman says you need to get a different perspective because you're wasting a lot of time. And you could be really happy right now, but because you don't want to let go, because you have closure issues, you're selling yourself short, you're not going to be truly embracing the present, and you won't really be that happy, okay? Bottom of the deck here is medicating. So whatever little medication you use to deal with your pain is what you use. Hobbies, addictions, drinking, smoking, driving, not doing it at the same time, but just driving endlessly, aimlessly. Some people have a fixation with getting in the car and just blowing gas, you know, just driving hundreds of miles to think. Some people do that. You know, but yeah, some people drink, you know, they just need wine every week. They need beer every week, or they need a shot every now and then. I don't know, but people have these self-medications. You know, it's their own little thing. It's their thing that they do to deal with their own shit. You know what I mean? Whatever that is, whether it's playing cards, having a hobby, or whatever. But that's your little medication here. So it says that you do your own remedies to deal with these things. But, you know, at the same time, there's something else out there for you. But you're not willing to have it or see it or deal with it at this time. You're just not. Yeah, look at the bottom of the deck, one-sided. And I felt some selfishness here. I did feel some selfishness. And look at that, choices. Choices came out, stuck at crossroad, major intersection, which is choices. Okay? You don't have to deal with this. And I think what's coming across is Spirit's like, I don't have sympathy for you. I don't have sympathy that you're struggling and stuck, because you can decide, and you probably should decide, to go live in the present moment now and be who you're supposed to be. No more crocodile tears. You know? No more of that. That time is over. It was fucking awesome. Let it be a memory. And the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back you. Cheers to the one that we lost. Cheers to the ones that we lost on the way, right? Have memories. But don't relive that moment consistently throughout your life, because you're going to lose out at what's in front of you. And I feel like what's in front of you may be I guess I feel like a Pisces or a Scorpio. Maybe in front of you could be another relationship or just transformation awaiting you. But both of those energies, funny that Pisces and Scorpio do represent death. The death to the old and the death to the ego. Let things go, because your biggest, deepest pain that you need to heal, Libra, is moving on. You've got closure issues. You've never let go of something. Okay? You'll know what that something is, but that is your issue today. That's being brought up from Spirit. And it's time to get rid of it, right? I think you would want to. The card that came out for you is focus. Focus your energy on what you want, because your focus is turned backwards towards the past. So her arrow is no longer in front of her. It's pointed behind her. And nothing's going to come of that. She's not going to get a clear shot aiming behind her, because her eyes are facing forward. So your advice here is, let's do this. Let's focus on where we need to go. Number 17 is the Star card. Major Arcana comes after the Tower. So we definitely have this transformation and healing. My child, Libra, when you draw this card, it's a wonderful sign that with focus, you will achieve what you want. If I give you an arrow and a bow to use, how will you shoot and how will you hit your mark? This is a reminder that you must let go of all distractions and have the courage to live now and give it your all. Your arrow will be drawn to whatever you focus on, so keep your eye on the target. However, remember that you can't control every outcome, and just as the wind can influence the path of your arrow, there are many factors determining the course of your plans. To achieve anything, you must focus. Take aim and let go. Yeah, don't lose out on what's in front of you. I think Spirit has a great many good things in front of you. Okay? Under here, oh wow, look, we have a reconciliation is coming. Under that, oh, twin flame union approaching. That's interesting. I don't know what possessed me to look down there, but, you know, there's good things coming in your future with the right person. I think that's the real message. If this is about a relationship, there is someone, okay? But you're never going to have them if you're not really ready to let go of this person. I did a reading with someone the other day. I don't know if you're still watching, sir, but hi. And some of my advice was, as we were working through his readings and his emotions and what was going on, when I initially started our visit, he was very closed off. His energy, he had a block, you know. He had an emotional wall up, okay? And so for a reader, it's hard to get through that wall. It's hard to get through it. But we started to work our way through it. And when we finally got to an issue, got to something that was an issue there that needed to be pulled out, something that didn't need to belong in him anymore. A lot of it was, if you're attached to failure, if you're attached to loss, if you're attached to pain, frustration, difficulty, just struggles of different areas. And if we are attached and hanging on to those things, that's our focus, that's our target. Our arrow is looking at those things because we're focused on those things. And the point of that is, if you are so full of regret, sorrow, pain, frustration, and hurt, and if you're so full of drama here from the past, do you think that there's any room for the positive to live here? Is there any room? If your room is so filled with all these different things, where are you going to put the good things? Where is going to be happiness, joy, transformation, love, reunion, reconciliation, peace? Where are they going to live if we have not made room for them? They're at the front door saying, we'd like to come in, but we know that the room is full right now. We'll come in when you've emptied your room. You know, then we'll come on in. But a lot of this message here is, Libra, nothing's able to come to you until you clear out this past. And I think you understand that now. This focus that you have is just very harsh on something that happened that obviously hurts, or you wouldn't be medicating for whatever way you are, and you wouldn't be so stuck waiting to maybe relive the glory days or relive the past with this person, or just live in a fantasy. Because sometimes, you know, it's never going to come back, but you'd rather live in the past in a fantasy than in your reality. You know, so this is a chance to close the chapter, close the book, and move on and see what else is ready for you, okay? Because Spirit has a great good many things. A great good many things. So Spirit says, I'm waiting for the right time, Libra, to be transparent with you, my dear, and give you some more goodness in your life. Give you something new, okay? So I'm waiting to be transparent. When you're ready to put these things away, let's talk. Let's figure out the future goal, okay? So anyways, that is the message for Libra. That's your deepest healing issue that maybe you can start focusing on. And like I said, it may not resonate for everybody, and that's okay. But it resonates for who it needed to, okay? And if it didn't resonate for you, please watch a different sign reading and see if one of those do. All right, so now we're going to get in, Spirit. Please divinely direct me into a message for Scorpio. We are so ready to get into Scorpio energy here. Please, Spirit, guide and direct. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, be with me. Guide and direct me for Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio, you're partnering up. Look at you, 2 energy, loving it. Healing the heart chakra. Okay, I'm feeling very, very positive for you. You're going through a change. It's so complicated stuff. Scorpio, opening your heart is very difficult. For the one that I'm touching base with, you have a real difficult time talking about emotions for some reason. And everyone's like, what? They're a water sign. How could they have a difficulty communicating emotions? They're water. Scorpio's the only water sign that is fire and water. Okay, so yeah, they have a little bit more of an issue. Okay, a little bit more of an issue. They have no problem opening up at specific times that they have control over opening up about it, but they certainly don't just let it flow like Niagara Falls, okay? They're not like a Cancer, okay? Their heart is not on their sleeve. The Scorpio's heart is locked up in a cage, and only certain people will get the key to that, okay? Only certain people get the key. So it is not something that they just put out there for people. So anyways, I see some of your biggest issues is people hurt you, Scorpio. People hurt you, and you take it. In fact, unfortunately for you, you've had to deal with a lot of pain. A lot. I'm feeling like there's a lot of family pain here behind you and the suffering of your mother. I don't know what that means, but I'm hearing the suffering of your mother. Maybe your mother suffered something. Maybe you lost your mom at a young age. Maybe you just are carrying the suffering of your mother. I feel for the Scorpio, you're very close to your mom. Close. And maybe your mom went through some stuff. I'm not sure. But I do feel, you know, there's a connection here between you and her. And maybe she's got your heart. Okay? So I don't know, she's got your heart. And you're just deeply connected. She's the one that has the key to opening up your emotions. And maybe she's gone. Or maybe she's very far away. You know, or maybe she's got some issues. Maybe she's on drugs. Maybe she's an alcoholic. Maybe she's in an unhappy marriage. Maybe she's not well. Maybe she's sick. I don't know, but for Scorpio, it's so complicated because you've got relationships to juggle. You've got emotions going on at work. You've got stuff going on with your mom. Maybe lack thereof a mom. Also, for some people, it's, I don't have a mom, never did. Or my mother's gone. You know, there's many different ways that this mother issue is here with you. Only you guys will be able to really figure out what your situation is. Okay? But I am honing in on that connection between you and a mother. And I understand that she has pretty much dictated, well, not dictated, although it could be. Some people maybe have a dictating mother. But I feel like your mom has kind of set the tone for how you have relationships. And your mother has set the tone for how you are emotionally able to share. So, you know, your mom definitely has this strong presence in your life. Whether you're very closed off, or very hurt, or very angry, or very reserved. It all stems from a root there. Back to the good old times, deliver me from temptation. You don't even want to think about the past with your mother. Whether your past was good or bad with your mother, you really don't want to think about it. It brings up too much emotion. The kind of love there. It brings, whether, like I said, whether it's a good experience with mom or a bad experience with mom, you really don't want to revisit it. And this is why you have an emotional block, okay? And this is why it's so complicated. Because the reason you struggle by sharing emotionally with people is because you were not able to share emotionally here with this mother situation. Because you have a mother situation blocked here, you're unable to share emotions elsewhere. And it's all because your mother has the key to the heart, which is in a cage, which other people don't have, which is why you're emotionally blocked. So part of your deepest healing is mother related. I don't know if that's fixable for you, like in this actual 3D dimension, like you're able to talk to her and clear things up, or she's passed on. I don't know your situation, but you can always make peace. You can always communicate, whether they are passed on or not. You can always speak to them and communicate. So be open to that. Be open in knowing that you can still clear some energy. Okay? Spirit, tell me a little bit more about Scorpio. Soul connection comes up. Ooh, I know that you're my soulmate. Wow. Wow, 2 synchronistic numbers also, Scorpio. The number 22 and the number 55. Are you seeing a lot of synchronistic numbers? You're definitely connecting with a twin flame or soulmate, okay? That's given in the cards. And this person wants to connect with you at a very deep level, but there's a struggle to connect with this person because of the issue that I've already mentioned. So you're having a difficult time. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, I'm tasting McDonald's French fries. What is that? See, I get these messages too. They just come to me during a reading. I do not like McDonald's, and I have not eaten McDonald's in a long time. But maybe your mom really has a thing for McDonald's, or like there is a special connection between you and your mom and McDonald's. Or maybe this person has a strange connection with McDonald's. I don't know. I don't know why I'm tasting McDonald's French fries, but it's probably going to connect to the right person. So everything happens for a reason. Okay. Okay, so I'm also hearing in my mind pickiness. Pickiness is, I don't know, maybe you were picky as a child. Maybe your mom had to take you to McDonald's because you were so damn picky. I don't know. But pickiness is coming to my mind. I also feel like your soulmate may feel stressed because you were a fan of your mother's cooking and maybe not theirs. Or they feel like there's a competition. Like you'd rather have French fries from McDonald's than their cooking. Maybe that comes up. I don't know why that's coming up. Maybe you and your spouse or soulmate or twin flame went somewhere traveling and all you could eat was McDonald's. You know, I don't know, but there's a sign there for you guys. I'm going to move on, hopefully, from this message, from the French fries, but we're gonna continue here. So anyway, Scorpio, I feel like your biggest healing is having to make peace with a mother situation. All right. And so I feel like once you Scorpios can get in touch with your emotions here with mom and make peace with mom and connect and heal your energy related to the mother, everything will be okay. I also feel like for some people, this is not all, but there could be a toxic mother that doesn't want to let someone go and live a happy existence with a soulmate energy because the mother feels like you are their soulmate. You are their person from another life. You are a special part of them. They can't let you go. And there may be a very protective mother, very dictating mother that just, for you Scorpio, doesn't really want to release. Doesn't want to let you fly out of the nest. For some people, especially if you're younger, that will resonate. And she's really just not ready to let you go. And so you feel this emotional block between you and your mom because there's a lot of guilt. And you feel like, Steph, it's very complicated. Oh, and look what's under that. Just what I'm saying. Ready to release this love block. There's a block from the mom, like I said. And why? Look, here's a mother. Pregnant. Empress. Don't tell me I'm not talking about a mother situation here. Please don't tell me I'm not. I am. But this will resonate with who it needs to, that's for sure. Like I said, it doesn't resonate for everybody. Look at different signs and see what does, but that's just a for sure given answer that we are dealing with a mother situation here. Could be dealing with a mama's boy, mama's girl, whatever, but you know, someone may be not ready to leave the nest or no one else will compare to their mother. So for some people, that's a message. You know, another message is, you know, my mom didn't care enough. My mom just did not care enough. Growing up, we were just given fast food. She didn't really do a lot of home cooking. Just not interested in our upbringing. It was a toxic upbringing, and, you know, the only good memories I had were blah, 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 you know, and so having a new relationship with this person is difficult because it's a much more different, much more beautiful connection than what I've been used to. So for some Scorpios, it's getting used to the good life. And it's complicated for you because you just didn't experience that. You didn't grow up with that, okay? So for some people, that resonates. You know, for some other people here, it's I didn't have a mom. I didn't have a mom. Or I lost my mom when I was a child. And I always dreamt of having my mom tuck me in at night, kiss me goodnight, rub my hair, rub my ear, make me a meal, hold my hand, spend time with me, be there for me, talk about love with my mom. You know, I wanted my mom to be there on my wedding day, or I wanted my mom, you know, to meet my spouse. I wanted my mom to be there and see my children. You know, I know that the only person that could love me so much would be a mother, and I never had one. She was gone or she passed away. You know, for some people, they just didn't have that. You know, maybe they were an orphan. Maybe they grew up in foster care. Maybe their mom died of cancer at a very early age, like Guardians of the Galaxy, when that boy had to say goodbye to his mom, you know, and he just loved his mom so much, and he hung on to her tapes that she gave him, and, you know, and no one could ever compare to her. He had a lot of women in his life because he didn't want to connect with another woman. You know, these are just examples of how some issues could arise, you know. Maybe some people had a mother very present in their life, but she was quite the devil. She was not very nice. She was dictating, controlling, bossy, unaffectionate, the kind that says, don't cry, be tough, you know, very disassociated with the child. You know, kind of like the Queen of England, right? She leaves her raising of children to the nannies. And she didn't have an established relationship. She just carried the child, gave birth, and had nannies. You know, and she was with the child at, you know, public moments or discussions of marriage or power or, you know, monumental stages of life, but really just not there. Thank God that's not how it is now. From what I understand, the queens are very involved with their children, which is beautiful. But a long time ago, that wasn't the case. So I don't know. I don't know what your situation is. But we do have like this disassociation here. There's some mom issues, you know, let's just deal with it. You know, and believe me, small children think about that. And these things sit with you for a long time. Maybe Scorpio, you lost your mom when you were already an adult, but you miss her. You miss her every day. You wish you could see her grow old. You wish you could take care of her. You wish she could see your success and be proud of you. You know, because no one's as proud of you as your mother. So you miss that. You need that. And you might be dealing with difficult emotions behind it. A block about releasing energy about your mom. When thinking about your mom, you may want to cry, Scorpio. Thinking about mothers in general may make you want to cry because maybe you didn't have a mother. So thinking and watching movies, videos, people's experiences that have mothers, it may bring up some emotions for you. You know, maybe it's the holidays for some. For others, it's just a lack of that motherly love. Even if she was around and alive and breathing, she just didn't give that to you. You know, for some of you guys, you were raised by, you know, an aunt or a grandparent, you know, and it feels loving and warm, but it's not the same. You know, I was very close to my grandma. I still am, obviously. She's still in my life. I'm 38 and very blessed that my grandma is still here, kicking and doing well. And she is my angel. I love my grandma. She's my sweetheart. She's the sweetest woman you would ever meet. That is the truth. Honestly, if you could meet her, I might put her on camera one day. You could see how sweet my grandma is. She's a diamond in the rough. And as much as I love her, and I love her so much, and I love my other grandma, I'm blessed to have another grandma as well, my grandma in Texas. And even though she's distant, she's a big part of my life. Both of my grandmas are a big part of my life. Both of my grandpas were a big part of my life. I had a lot of raising with my grandparents. My mom was, you know, 16, 17 when she had me, and she depended on them for a lot, watching me after school or just being a present in my life, a presence, living with them every now and then, you know, is a big presence. So grandparents can hold a very big role. And as much as you love your grandparents, and man, they were affectionate with me, hugs and kisses, you know, lots of love, lots of affection, lots of sweet energy shared. My grandma in Texas is spiritually connected to me. Me and my grandma have a very spiritual connection, and I love her extremely deeply. She's very, very special to me and has had a lot to do with the reason why I do tarot at all. If it wasn't for her spiritual connection to God and to what she believes in and spirit world energy, I wouldn't be doing this. My grandma is a spiritual warrior, and she's very intuitive. She's a very powerful woman of prayer also. But so let me tell you, and I just went there because, you see, I have a very deep connection with them. But it will never be the same thing as my mother. My mother is always going to stand out from my relationships with my grandmas. And as much as I even slept in the same bed with my grandmas, like I still do. I've lived with them. They've changed my diapers, dressed me, clothed me, fed me, spent time with me, watched me growing, supported me, been there through all my relationships and births. You know, my grandmas are big and important in my life, but never can they compare to my mother. My mother's love is just so much more pure. It's so much more direct. You know, like the umbilical cord, right? From the womb to the heart. So the mother has a very direct line of connection to your soul versus a grandmother. So I guess, I don't know, I'm just going into that energy thinking it doesn't matter if you had a good mother role model or a good mother upbringing, even by someone that wasn't your mother, but be it adopted or be it grandparent or sister or whoever, you know, it does not take the place, and it never will. And I think for Scorpio, that's something you need to search in the heart area. Because there's a mother issue here, and there's a disconnect. And I feel bad even for people, I mean, you read these stories, right, where women have their babies ripped out of their stomach and they're killed. I've just recently read some stories like that. The baby survived, but, you know, she was kidnapped and just, you know, ripped out of her mother's womb, and the mom was left for dead. Imagine how that child is going to grow up, feeling like her relationship with her mother was stolen from her. She was literally cut off and disconnected from her mom. That little baby's going to grow up with some issues as well. Even if she's raised by a wonderful person that is going to be that baby's mother through life, even if it's the grandmother, that little child will always feel a pain associated with the separation of her and her mother. You know, so there's all different kinds of relationships. I'm going to move on from that, Scorpio, but obviously we went very deep into it, and I'm just saying it doesn't matter if you were seconds old or you're 80 now. You know, whatever issues have gone down with a mother situation, Scorpio, just know that it still affects you. And whether it's in a good way or a bad way, it's affecting your ability to love another person, which is a soulmate, because there's some issues here with a love block, and it stems from the mother situation. So for Scorpio, the biggest thing that you need to heal is the wounding of a mother, okay? Whether you're feeling bad because your mother was wounded, or you're wounded by your mom, okay? Or you're just wounded because your mom, for whatever reason. However the shoe fits for you, Scorpio, just know that your deepest healing involves the heart chakra. And the deepest healing for you does revolve around a mother energy. And if you can focus in on that, you're going to be okay. So heal the relationship with your mom if she's still here. Make peace with it. Try to heal those wounds, or, you know, just heal the love that maybe is not here anymore, but whatever, just heal. You know what I mean? Heal whatever's going on with you and mom, and I think you're going to be okay. Bottom of the deck here is the time isn't right for me to reach out. I know there are secrets between us, and I need some space. You know, so Scorpio, you're needing some space right now. You're keeping a lot of your emotions away from your partner. Your partner doesn't even know really what's heavily going on in your heart about mom. You don't want to share that information with them, okay? You're very closed off right now. They do not have the key right now to get into your emotions. And you're like, I'm just trying to make sense of it myself. It's complicated. I don't know why I feel the way I feel. I don't know why these deep healing emotions are coming up for me. But I'm going to try to figure it out, because even for you, Scorpio, this is difficult. Okay, so that's Scorpio. Oh, someone asked, why is it a mother issue? The heart chakra, Cancerian vibes. Okay. The Empress energy also. Why is it a mother issue? It's a moon issue probably, because the moon is your mother in your chart. So this Scorpio probably has some issues with their moon, or maybe this person is a moon Scorpio, but that's why it's connected to the mother, for the person who asked that. Okay. And for that Scorpio, you are dealing with a soulmate, by the way. You do have a soulmate in your life, and they do want to connect with you. So I hope that you're able to open up and start dealing with them, because you are emotionally blocked, and it stems from the mom. So I hope you guys can, I know it's complicated, but at the right time, I hope you guys can figure those things out, okay? All right. Let me get a drink here. We're going to move on now to Sagittarius. Let me see this comment real quick. Divine Healer, hi babe. I am now trying to look past the situation with my mother and heal the relationship of what's left, but it's very, very hard with her being with my ex-boyfriend for 16 years and still present this day. Oh my gosh, Divine Healer. If you're a Scorpio, goddamn, no wonder it's complicated, girl. Especially for Divine Healer. Woo, it is complicated. Yeah, and making peace with that heart chakra, that heart energy is going to help you release. Making peace, you know. Woo, healing that, you bet your butt that's complicated. But that's your job, Scorpio. Your job is to heal it. That's your job. That's what Spirit wants to reveal to you, is your biggest, deepest healing. And no doubt, Divine Healer, that's probably at the core root of a lot of your situations, and why you might have a hard time connecting with your soulmate, is that issue with the mom. So you're darn right, that's the root of your pain. Almost literally, you know? So sorry for that. But, you know, I would just say, you know what? 16 years is a long time. Obviously, they could be a soulmate, and somehow they met through you. I want you to make peace with that, Divine Healer, and say, I am a presence in my mother's life which led her to her soulmate. You know, there's some pain associated with that, but learn to release. Release that ex and forgive your mother, and just try to understand that in a very complex way, that sometimes we, even as children, have a role to play in our parents' lives. And sometimes our role in our parents' lives is to be their parent. Some children parent their parents. It happens. Some children help their parents heal by being a teacher or a guide. And some of us have roles to bring our parents on a specific path. You know, we all have karmas. So look at that and find a way to wrap your head around all of that. because 16 years is too long to think that anything more could come of you and that person. That's dead and gone. Long gone. And it's time for you to let that be. You know, maybe a good movie that you might want to watch, Divine Healer, is, I just talked about it the other day, Something's Gotta Give. It's with Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton. And, you know, it was strange, but he was dating her daughter in the movie. He was an older man. Yeah, but I'm not saying that's your situation, but just the scenario. He was dating her daughter, and she met him in that way. And they ended up being together. Not the daughter and the guy, but Diane Keaton and the guy. And they were soulmates, and they were meant to be. And the daughter's like, I released that. I let that go, you know. You guys have each other. You guys be happy. I give it my blessings. And then the daughter went off and found herself a wonderful soulmate. And she was happy. And she had a baby, and she had a life. And it was like, it was a happy family. You know, kind of weird situation, but, you know, maybe that would be something good to watch just to lift your mood up and try to see things a little differently. And also seeing a good relationship with mothers when you don't have one always triggers healing. You know, people that have wounds with their mom or because of their mom, if they watch a movie about mothers, loving children, being a good mom, oh yeah, the triggers start to happen. And they start to cry or get resentful or angry or just feel some type of way that helps healing. And always remember, letting that out is so good. Letting your emotions and your tears go, oh yeah. Whew, that's the best form of healing. Crying, crying, crying. Best form of healing. You feel so much better when you do it. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Divine Healer. I love you too. I really do. Whew. All right, Spirit, let's go ahead and get into Sagittarius. What's going on with Sag? Show me Sagittarius's deepest healing. Okay. Self-love, self-care. It's doing stuff for you, Sag. That's important right now. Sag has to worry about Sag. Okay, no more altruism. Sag needs to focus on Sag. And I feel like a lot of people are going to disagree with you about that. A lot of people, Sag, are going to be like, no, 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 that's not right. You need to focus on this. You need to focus on this person. You need to focus on this and that. Okay? But no, that's the energy. You have caught up in a web of lies. This ain't dead. Resurrection. Road to recovery. Yes. These scars and wounds run deep. Oh, you think? You have a lot of years behind you not living your truth. Sagittarius, you've been living for a lot of other people. Most likely family and loved ones, but you've been living for other people. And it's not too late to start living your life. I feel like that's how you feel. It's too late. You know, it's over now. You've just wasted so much time. You can never live the life you wanted. No. You're on the road to recovery. And believe me, it's not some petty, stupid thing that's being brought up here. You're like, oh, wow, that's my deepest wound. I live for other people. What about ancient history? What about abuse? What about neglect? What about loss? What about deaths? What about financials? You know, yeah, Sag. All of that's important. But what's really, really important at the root of your deepest healing is you haven't loved you enough. Flat out. You just haven't loved you enough. And you're missing out on that boat. You're missing out on what that feels like to have love and respect and joy and happiness. I think you're wondering, what does that feel like? When's the last time you could remember you just felt like you lived for you? You don't even probably know what that feels like because you probably can't even remember. Everything you do, everything you sacrifice for others. And you're so optimistic, as Sagittarians go, that you don't even mind. You don't even mind sacrificing your life for others. It's no big deal. It's just a life. Just my life. No big deal. I'm happy with whatever. I'm not picky. These are probably some of your favorite sayings, Sag. I'm not picky. I'm flexible. I'm open. You know, that's that freedom of the horse, right? Unbridled. Like, I'm open. I'm good. I'm free. I don't care. I'm whatever. You know? It's all good. It's all good. You let things come in and come out. Just water off your back. No big deal. You don't hang on to anything. You're very giving. You're very forgiving also. And you're just not picky. You're grateful for what you have. And you think that would be sticker worthy of a star, right? Oh, where's my gold star? Where's my golden star? I deserve that, you know. I'm very selfless. You don't get a gold star, Sag. Unfortunately, that's an issue. Like, what? Being kind, giving, forgiving, loving, that's an issue? Being optimistic? That's an issue? Since when? Listen, Sag, I know a lot of the Sages know it all. You already know it all. But yeah, Spirit's like, yeah, that's an issue. Because you're not living with joy. And now it hits home. Now the anchor sinks. Now you feel like you have sunk into your chair. Yeah, I'm not living in joy. I'm giving other people joy, and that makes me happy. But I don't know what joy feels like. I don't know what that feels like for me. Bottom of the deck, no more bad decisions. Sag, as up to this point, you've been wonderful, and thank you for that. But you still have time to live your life in joy. You still have time to recover and live with a happiness inside of your heart that you haven't felt before. I know these scars and wounds run so deep. Sometimes you don't even know they're there. They're very well hidden. Just know that you got caught up in a web of being someone you're not. Somehow, somewhere, at some point down your path, you started going down this path, okay? And you got caught up in a web of different people, their wants, their needs, and they needed you. And you were there for them. They needed you. Maybe it started very young. Maybe your mother needed you emotionally. Maybe your father needed you emotionally. You know, maybe they just needed you to do well in life, to live their life for them because they didn't do it well. You know, I don't know what your deal is, Sag. You know, maybe you had to parent your parents. Maybe you just had to people please. Maybe you had to please your parents so much at a very young age because, you know, when they run deep, they run old. Like, this is ancient. Like, this has been going on since childhood. That's why they run so deep. So, you know, you might have just learned to be inauthentic. And I think that's really the truth of it, Sag. This web of lies is you being very inauthentic. Okay? Because authentically, you probably wouldn't have chosen this path that you're on if you really look at the heart of it. But you're on this path because of other people. Maybe you married someone because of other people. Maybe you bought this house because of other people. Maybe you have your job because of other people. Maybe you went to school and did this and that because of your parents or because of other people. You know? Maybe you dated this person because of other people. Like, did you ever just do it for you? Who didn't parent their parents? A lot of people, Kira. A lot of people did not have to parent their parents. That is just the truth. And the people that did parent their parents think it's normal. Like your question. Well, who didn't? Because you think it's normal. And that's what happens when kids grow up in an unhealthy situation. They think that's the normal because that's how they grew up. But it's not normal. And it's just, it shouldn't be that way. But that's your life path. And whoever went through it had to go through it. It was laid out for them as part of destiny. It wasn't like you had no control and God had all the control, but it was set out for you to have that kind of a family, okay? Because family is predestined. You're born into the family. It just is what it is. Those types of things are not changeable. Part of the soul contract. But no, there's a lot of people that don't have to do that, but they have other issues. You know, people that have a very healthy parental upbringing, they do very well in school and they do very well emotionally, but they struggle with things like intuition. Okay, they struggle with spiritual beliefs. They struggle with being independent. They struggle with being more authentic, you know. So believe me, people that are raised well still have issues. They're just not the same as everybody else's that are in that situation. So anyways, Sag, let's keep going. I hear a trash truck out there. I feel like I need to say it's time to take out the trash. So you have following my heart. So Sagittarius, you have been led with your heart. That's what got you here. You have a big heart, very big heart. You love others. You have no problem sacrificing yourself for others. And you believe in hope, which is a Sagittarius trait, optimism, positivity, optimism, all that good stuff. So of course you believe in hope. And you hope that all good things happen to those that deserve it. You believe that sowing good seeds will reap good seeds. Oh, I'm sorry. Sowing good seeds will reap a good harvest. And then you have wait on me. Wait on me, life partner. Okay? Wait on me. That life partner will be there someday. You know? If you're in a relationship, you also probably... I don't know, but there's some kind of lack of prioritization. I feel like someone doesn't have their priorities straight, and that's going to be for someone, whatever your priorities are. Another situation is someone's way too busy with other people that they're not giving enough to their relationship. You feel so pulled by your friends, by family, or some kind of spiritual duty, possibly. Like you feel so pulled in other directions that you don't have enough of you to give to the relationship, which again falls under priorities. So again, Sag, set your priorities straight here. The bad decisions have been too much sacrifice, not living for yourself. You don't owe everyone something. Let's get a shadow card here. Yeah, manipulation. Sag, you're easily manipulated and a little bit gullible. You don't really know that, but you are. Okay? So you get kind of drawn into things. All right? People know how to draw Sagittarius in. Down here, you have excuses for people. Because this is excuses. Okay, well, they're going through a really rough time. They really need me. They just lost their mom, or they need this, or they need that, or this person, you know, has different needs than me. this person needs stuff more than me, and you think that, oh my gosh, you know, I'm being such a good person, I'm putting others first, that sounds very nice, and it's good to put others first. But if you do it all the time, and you put yourself last all the time, that's the issue. That's the issue. Spirit says it's okay to put yourself first. It's okay to say no. And I think what you need to learn too is no is a full sentence. And I really think Sagittarius has a hard time saying no. Sagittarius here is also very frugal. Maybe you have a hard time releasing money also. Like you just have a hard time with I don't know, that's going on. All I can tell you, Sagittarius, is it's not too late to get your life back. It's not too late to get on track and manifest a happier life that makes you feel good about living, that brings you joy. It's not too late to live a life that brings you joy. Get out of here. Get out of this chat room. Go live your best life. You don't owe me anything, Sag, and you don't owe anybody else anything. Go live your life that makes you happy. No more manipulation, no more listening to other people, okay? At least not for a good long while, okay? Just go live. Recovery is here, resurrection is here. It's time for you to resurrect your life. Sagittarius deserves to live the life Sagittarius wants. You do not need to be pressured by other people on whom to love, where to work, where to live, how to act, how to be, what to do with your time, how to look, whatever the situation is, Sag. Too much control in your life. Learn how to love yourself and be faithful to yourself with the oath. Okay? You got love. And now I'm hearing that song, and it's like a rap song. It's How to Love. It's like everybody broke her heart, and she's, you know, she never knew how to love, you know. It's like everyone was stealing something from her in that video, How to Love. If you guys, I think it's Lil Wayne, I don't know. It's a rap song. If you guys want to, you know, hip hop, whatever. If you guys want to look it up on YouTube right now, you can. If you have premium YouTube, just, you know, you could listen to both or whatever. But yeah, look up Lil Wayne, How to Love, or I forgot who sings it, but you know. And the video of that girl, you know, she got pregnant at 16. She was in an orphanage or whatever. Her parents were abusive. I don't know, but she wasn't loved by her parents. She wasn't loved by the man who got her pregnant. You know, she wasn't loved by a pimp that tried to pimp her out. She wasn't loved by anyone, you know. And then she had this baby, and she never knew how to love. And she's trying to love this baby. But how do you love this baby? How can you be a good parent to this baby if you don't even know what that looks like? So she was learning how to love. You know, she was learning how to love later in life. I know that's not your situation, although maybe it could relate to some of you. But a lot of this is, if you've never really lived a life of joy for your own self, you don't really know how to love yourself. Because you love other people very well. You love others very, very well, but you don't love you very, very well. And so how do you love you? That's what's coming to my mind with that. And the card says, Sagittarius, my child, my wondrous one, it is time to celebrate love because it's calling to you. Resurrection, this ain't dead. You're on the road to recovery. I want to open your heart and give you some blessings. All I need you to do is receive. Choosing this card in your reading today, Sag, is a powerful sign that love in all forms is in your life. There is responsibility to this also. You must give love freely without conditions and love others because your heart is open. There is something else here to consider. Love can be a confusing force and can sometimes ask sacrifice of you. If your heart is aching and feels like it's breaking, know that love has a greater love for you later. No matter where you are in your life right now, Sag, love has come to guide you to an important experience. Trust and love. And what I feel with that is the way you love is sacrifice, because that's how you saw love. Maybe your mom sacrificed so much for you, and that's how you show love, sacrifice. Maybe your dad did that. Maybe a teacher did that. I don't know. Whoever inspired you, whoever showed you the ropes about love, whomever that is. Maybe you had to show yourself these ropes, and that's just how you configured it. Maybe Jesus Christ was your example, and you're like, through sacrifice is love. You must give yourself completely. And those are all beautiful things. Love is sacrifice. It will ask you to sacrifice for others, but love will not always consistently ask you to sacrifice. Love will also sacrifice for you. And I think you have a hard time allowing other people to sacrifice for you. You have a hard time taking things from people, accepting gifts, getting sympathy, compassion, help. You may have a difficult time even asking for that because there's no way you would want to. So, you have this situation here where how do I love? How do I love properly? Because all I'm doing here is sacrificing. And when someone wants to give me something, I don't even know how to take it. I don't even know how to accept gifts from spirit, let alone from anyone else. But you're hopeful, but you just don't know how to do this. Spirit says, you know what? It's not over. You have plenty of time to figure this out. But start doing things every day that you love about you. Eating the chocolate. Don't say no. Okay, you don't have to sacrifice everything. Watch the show you want. Be lazy for 2 hours if you want. Go to bed early if you want. Say no to that person that's asking something of you today. No, I can't do it. I'm sorry, I don't have time. Okay, I'll find someone else. Not everyone solely depends on you. You're not the end-all, be-all. Even if someone says, Sag, I really need to talk to you today. I really need you to do this. Yeah, today's not a good day. Tomorrow may be a better day because I'm tired, or because I'm just not well, or I'm hungry. I'm busy. I'm exhausted, whatever. Like I know you need me and I've sacrificed all the time, but today I need rest. What does Sag need? Gosh darn it. What does Sag need? You feel very drained. And watch out, because you might get yourself pulled in all different directions. Oh, thank you so much, Divinely Guided Speaks, for that beautiful comment with the $1.99. Thank you. And I'm going to resonate with you, Sag, because I myself am a Sagittarius rising, and I kind of relate with this reading. With business and other things. I give. I'll have clients say, can you do it now? Yes. Can you do mine too now? Yes. Can you finish mine by today? Yes. Oh, one more. Can I have something now too? Yes. And I stretch myself. And then, my kids are like, Mom, can we have this? Yes. Mom, can we go here? Yes. Mom, can I eat this? Yes. Stretch myself because of guilt. I'm busy working and I just, want to give them shit. And, they really just want my time. But I don't have much time to give. I don't have a lot of time, And then I've got my grandma like, oh, Steph, can you come over here and fix this plumbing situation for me? And, yes, it's 8 o'clock at night, but I will go over there and do that. Yes. And then someone will say, Steph, can you go to my house and check on it since we're gone? Yes. Steph, can you watch my girls while I'm gone later tonight so we can go to a movie? Yes. And I'm always doing that. I'm a yes man. Yes. And I have no problem sacrificing. But it does get to the point where I am completely drained. And I feel like I could just pass out right now in the chair, like, just done. I have nothing left. And to be honest, there are days where I don't get ready. I don't even do my hair. I don't even brush it because I'm so busy. There are days that I'm in my pajamas all day because I'm just work and clean and cook and kids and work and clean and cook, there are days like that, guys. A lot of days. And I'm just like, why can't I say no? Am I living my best life? Am I doing what I want to do? No. Am I in a bubble bath right now with candles and freaking strawberry wine and strawberries and cheese? It's that, no. You know, but I do have to work. I know there's responsibilities, you know, but I'd never do that for myself. Probably hardly ever. Do I go out to eat somewhere where I want to go out to eat? No, never. Because I love my kids. They get to choose, you know. Do I get to watch the movies I want to watch? No, because I got the kids, you know. On Christmas, do I get to have the Christmas morning I want with my family? No, because I got family. I got to be there for them. That's what I'm talking about, Sag. That's what I'm talking about. These examples right here. You can't change the world. You can't sacrifice for everybody. I'm teaching myself through this reading right now. And I'm admitting to the public, I'm a Sag rising. This is me. And this is probably a lot of other people. I've got about 8 Skypers right now that all want readings tonight, Halloween. And I've said yes to all of them. That puts my day full. And I have to trick or treat, cook, clean. I'm not even ready. You know, I'm exhausted. Should I have said yes to all these things? Probably not. I even said yes to a little event for Halloween for the kids at 5, and I'm just like, how am I going to squeeze that in the schedule and make it work? But am I going to spend my Halloween the way I want? No. No, I'm not. I'm not going to be in a cozy chair with a cozy blanket, with a cup of cider, doing spells that I love to do, watching a movie that I just love to watch, relaxing by a fire. I'm not going to do that, and I probably can't. I'm a mother, for one, and I have a business, but, you know, there has to be some balance, is what I'm saying, Sag. No, we may not always get to live and be in joy with what we want. Like, we can't just have what we want. That's just fantasy. And I think Sagittarians are like, I have a fantasy, and it's just a fantasy. It's not my life. And that's true. It's not your life, and it is a fantasy, and we have to be realistic, and Sagittarius knows this. I know this. We have responsibilities. We have clients. We have work. We have days. We have jobs. We have children, for Christ's sake, some of us, you know. We have shit we have to do. It's not a choice. But what's coming up in this reading is priorities. And I did bring that up earlier. We have to make priorities. We have to have a list. What's first, what needs to be done, and what can be disregarded. What can be saved for later so I can make room for something that brings me joy. It doesn't have to be the big, big joy you could fantasize. But what could bring you joy? Like, for example, for me tonight, what would bring me joy? Maybe I could cancel a couple appointments. I'll deliver your videos tomorrow. And cancel the 5 o'clock Halloween thing that I don't want to rush off to. Spend a little bit more time on myself. Actually put on a costume, which I never do because I'm too busy. How many Sagittarius moms out there are too busy to even put your own costume on? Because you don't have one. My costume is mom bun, yoga pants, and you're lucky if my teeth's brushed. Okay? That's my costume. Okay? You know? But maybe if I cancel a few things, I can do something small where I can feel like, oh, I'm going to put on my little witch hat, my cape, do my makeup and my hair, and feel good about myself. That is a little something that would bring me joy. And all it means is I have to take about an hour or 2 out of my day for me. You know, to pass out candy and to be joyful and not rushed and to enjoy Halloween a little bit. Or maybe I can sacrifice those things and, you know, sit with the kids and play a game instead of doing so many client stuff, you know. It's like, Spirit's like, I'm not asking the world, I'm not expecting you to have this picture perfect fantasy life where Sag is completely involved in Sag. and there's nothing else and you're just living for you all the time, because that's not love. You have to sacrifice to love others. That's the truth. But what's being said here is balance is key. And if you keep hurting yourself, you're not balanced. Oh, Kira, thank you for the Cash App. You don't make enough time for yourself? Neither do I. Welcome to the club. But that's what this message is, guys, for Sag. It's like you're caught up in a web of yes, 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 and sacrifice. You're just caught up in that web. You're not living your truth. Yeah, and even if you don't have kids, Kira, that's fine. It's like, for Sag, it's like, I'm not living my truth here. You still have time to recover a life for yourself. You just have to learn prioritization, which is I can't say yes to everyone. There's gonna have to be some no's in there. Okay, but these scars and wounds run deep because probably from your childhood or whatever, you had to keep your parents happy. Otherwise, they were not okay. So you might feel like I had to make sure that my mom and dad were good, or I had to make sure that my brothers and sisters were good, or I had to make sure whomever was around me was good, because I had to take care of them. Or you saw that nobody else was around. And a lot of the Sagittarius energy is I had to be very independent and help other people because they're not as independent. Don't be easily manipulated. Don't give people excuses. People will take and take and take from you until you tell them to stop. And that's a lesson that Sagittarius has to learn, and me. People will take until you tell them not today. So keep following your big heart. Keep loving. Keep being a good person that you are. Keep your love light on. But just know that what is going to make you happy is not waiting, okay, for the perfect moment to bestow some blessing of extra time for you. The only one you're waiting on is you. You're waiting on you. So when you're ready to stand up and do what makes you happy, that's when you're going to stop making bad decisions, and you're going to start feeling like this life is actually fun. This life is actually worth living. This life actually has some enjoyment, okay? And it's not meant to be all sacrifice. Love is not meant to be all sacrifice. So you're learning how to love yourself, Sag, and I don't think you know how. You're learning how to love, and you're learning how to love yourself, and we're going to get through this. That's it, guys. That's Sag. And that's for me, too, because that reading was all me, too. I really resonated with that one. I've got to say no sometimes, my gosh. Okay. I feel like Spirit wants to spank me for it. Like, I really feel like he violently wants to just spank me for it. Anyways. Let's get into Capricorn. Okay, my Capricorns, are you ready for this? What is your deepest healing? What is it Spirit wants you to heal? What do you got to work on? Oh, that comes out. Capricorn, reminiscing on past precious moments. No distance will keep us apart. Fears and anxieties. Okay. So hard to say goodbye. We have think the impossible, think the unexpected, and love block. Bottom of the deck, ready, willing, and able. Oh, I feel like something just popped. It's almost like a water just broke. Pop, if you guys have ever felt a water break. Oh, it feels like a relieving pop. Like when you pop your neck or your back and you like crack it and it's like pop. When you break your water, it's like a little pop. That's how it feels. You can almost hear it pop. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, that's what I was feeling. Something just popped. All right. And I feel like it reached its climax. It had to go. And it's hard to say goodbye. You reminiscing of the past is like, I miss being pregnant, you know. I miss having a child inside me. I miss being pregnant. I miss the attention. I miss feeling my child with me, within me. I miss those days. Maybe for Capricorn, you can never have children again. Maybe you just got, you know, medically done with that in whatever way, or, you know, there's an issue, who knows. But you're just like, children's not on the radar anymore. And for some of you Capricorns, you're a little bit sad because you sure miss that. You sure miss motherhood. You sure miss making children. You sure miss that energy. And now you're leaving on to the next phase in your life. That's kind of what's happening for me in this Capricorn reading. And for the men out there that are not giving birth to babies, what I feel is there's an era in your life that is gone, okay? And you're not going to get that one back. And you know it. And you're like, it's time to move on. It's so hard to say goodbye. You're a little bit anxious about death, actually. And there's a fear of death. Your fear of the next stage. It may not be death. It may be metaphorical death. The death of a situation and never getting it back. That might be scary. And it could be birth. It could be graduation. It could be literal death. It could be age. It could be all kinds of things. But there's this fear, or at least anxiety, about what's next now that this moment has passed. You know, it's moving to the next transition. Let's see what Spirit wants to say about this deep healing. Show me a deep healing for Capricorn. Ooh, okay. And it can be metaphorical, okay? But it could be literal for some. But it's like now that your stage is over, you know, how are you dealing with this? You're going to the next phase. It's like even for people that are newly married, you know, and I know a Capricorn that's newly married. It may be scary to go to the next phase of being in love, having the honeymoon period, going out, having fun, being romantic, and moving into major financial responsibility, heavy schedule, or your spouse changing, growing older, you know, celebrating those birthdays one by one. Maybe now there's a baby on the way, or will be soon, and now you're transitioning into a new era, out of the honeymoon phase. Or maybe you guys are empty nesters, right? You just left the whole phase of raising children, now they're gone. They've flown the nest. And now you're in this phase, and you're like, empty nester phase. No, I don't want to say goodbye. I miss you. I love you. I want you guys here. Just live with me, you know? Or maybe some of you guys were so excited to have your kiddos leave the nest, and you were enjoying your adult life, traveling, looking good, spending money, time, and energy on yourself. And now you're getting older. Now you went from just being an adult, a mature adult, into being a senior. Now you're old and wise. You're the crone. You know, you guys are going from the young maiden to the woman to the crone. Well, the young maiden to the witch to the crone, but you know what I mean? And so these phases, it's hard to say goodbye to them. It's hard to say goodbye. Sometimes it's hard looking back and seeing how much things have changed. You know, I feel like some of you guys may be approaching a birthday, and it's just like, I don't want to approach this next birthday, this next milestone, you know? Or maybe you're thinking, wow, I've maybe got 20 more years to live if I'm lucky. Or maybe I've got 10 more years to live if I'm lucky. If I do it right, if I really push myself, you know, maybe I'll be 100. You know? I do have seniors watching me, so I'm just saying that, you know. Some people are in their 80s watching me, you know. And you're getting to these phases where your body starts to not be what it used to be. Even in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, your body just starts being a little bit worse than it was last year. You know? Can't really do everything that you thought you could. Or can you? There's a lot of older people that are way more fit and active than they were in their youth. And I have seen a lot of seniors looking amazing at 70, 80, etc. Look at Johnny Depp. He's in his, well, he's 60 now, or like near 60s, Johnny Depp. And he looks 40. And I'm sure he's got, you know, looks that, you know, surgeries and whatever that he does to make himself look younger, Botox or whatever. But it's not just that. It's his style of clothing. It's the way he works out. It's what he eats. All of those things contribute to still looking young. It's not just surgery. So it's a way of life. So don't be afraid of this next phase. Whether you're moving in from honeymooners to having children and responsibilities, or having an empty nest, or moving from an adult mature life phase into a senior phase. Don't feel like you're terrified of that, or you have some kind of anxiety. And maybe, like I said earlier, some people are having an anxiety about death. What happens on the other side? Well, you know what, I could go at any time. Who knows? We all can go at any time. Doesn't matter your age, but it's like, what's on the other side? Somebody here may also be having those issues. But this is reminiscing on things that you really hadn't really wanted to let go of. Hello, Devil card, right, Capricorn? What catches my interest in your reading is this. No distance will keep us apart, and the distance between us is killing me. So doesn't that just, that's like, wow, what is this that's just popping up ever so bright in your reading? And funny, because even under that we have rebirth. Let's pull out the other cards. Deadly Sins, number 15. Ah! Devil card. We called it before it came out. Capricorn. Capricorn. Check my dental records. That's from the Johnson's Family Vacation, if you wondered where that little quote came from. 69. Cancer vibes. Uh-oh. 1-7. Soulmate. Night and day. Capricorn and Cancer are night and day. Next one is Illumination in reverse, which is just a not knowing. This is being in the dark. Capricorn, it seems very apparent to me that your biggest, most important form of healing is letting go of the fear of change. Transition. Cancer, some of your biggest healing is being able to transition to another phase. You have an attachment. And the reason you have this attachment is because many times throughout your life, you had things ripped out from under you. For what, maybe it was jobs, maybe your family was torn apart in divorce, maybe there was sudden deaths, traumas, tragedies, maybe there was just a lot of movement from place to place. I don't know, but you have definitely you have some history here of feeling like something always gets ripped out from under you when you least expect it, which is scary, which is frightening. And you hate leaving things behind. It's almost like you had to constantly leave behind things you didn't want to let go of. You were forced to let go of things before you were ready. That's really what I'm getting here. So it's like when you were a child, let's just be silly, right? And we had toys and your mom got rid of your toys. Some of them were your favorite toys. You weren't ready to let them go, but your mom thought you were too grown up for them, or you outgrew them, and she sold them at a garage sale or gave them away. And you were crying because Teddy was in there. You know, where's Teddy? Or even just example, it's a metaphor, you know? But these things start from childhood. They always do. And it's like you felt like that was taken from you, ripped apart. Or maybe you really loved going to a school, or you lived in a specific house or neighborhood, and life was so good. And then your parents had to up and move, and you never understood why. Like, where are we going? I liked living here. I liked the way things were. I liked my school and my friends. You know? And now we're gone? No reasons, just gone. I have to let it go, lose track, lose touch. That's not my life anymore. Wow. Let go, right? Against your will, because you didn't have a choice. And there could be a myriad of reasons on why you feel this way, but everything starts from childhood. It doesn't have to be abuse. I'm just bringing some metaphors. You know what I mean? But then you get a little bit older here, and it's like you have a relationship with someone you love. You're comfortable in the relationship. But surprise, they're not happy, and they're gone. Out of your life. Just like that. And you're like, where'd you go? Why'd you go? What'd I do? What did I do to deserve this separation? How did I ruin this? Did I ruin this? Why are we not together? Like, you're trying to make sense of what the fuck happened. And you feel like, again, it just got taken from you. And you're like, that's not fair. I was happy where I was at with you. Now we're not together? You can't even make sense of why you're not together. And they're gone, just like that. And you're still trying to figure it out. You know, it feels like time passes by so fast for you. Relationships, jobs, all kinds of things. It's just like all of a sudden. And it's hard to let that go, right? It's just like, the separation anxiety here. A lot of here, I feel separation anxiety. There's also an anxiety I'm picking up, which is you have a difficulty in public places or around a lot of people. Have fun at your meeting, Markers. Love you. Oh, you're welcome. I see another comment here. Morgan, oh, you're awesome. Thank you for doing this. We'll definitely be in touch for one-on-one. Have a happy day. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Love ya. Okay. So yeah, we've got a lot of that going on, right? Like, I'm not ready to say goodbye. It's so hard to say goodbye. It's Boys to Men, right? And you're like, I'll never let you go. I love you, Jack. I'll never let you go. You know, I'll never let go, Jack. So, you know, there's a little clinginess here. Let's not lie. I forgot the other reading that had clinginess, but you might be connected to that other reading, which was really clingy. I think that was Cancer yesterday. Oh, by the way, we did bring up Cancer. 69. You and Cancer, soulmate 17, right? You guys are totally connected on the same frequency here. Having some issues letting go. Letting go of a partner or letting go of a situation for you, Cap. But I feel like whatever you're dealing with, Capricorn, you're learning how to release, how to let go. It's going to be really hard, but it's for your growth. I do think you're ready, willing, and able, because that did come up down here. Know that no matter what happens, when you love someone, love will never go away. That you will always be connected. And I think a lot of your wounding is letting someone go that you love that passed on. That's really coming to the forefront for me for Capricorn. You've had to let some loved ones go and you feel very disconnected. You feel, you know, maybe there's this abandonment issues here, being left behind, not knowing what's on the other side, that fear of death, you know, just where are you? You're worried that through a disconnect, you'll never get it back. So there's just a lot of worry that when you die, you're gone forever. There's no other connection. It just disappears. Okay, so there's some fear there based on some other people that you've lost. And, you know, you don't want to leave people behind. Also, Capricorn, there's some deep-rooted healing issues. You don't want to leave certain people behind. Or you don't want to leave behind your things, your pets, your friends, your family, your kids, whomever it is. You just don't want to leave anyone behind. You don't want to move on. We could be dealing with a Capricorn that is struggling, letting go, facing death for whatever reason. You know, maybe you're right up there. Maybe you're in your 90s. Who knows? You know, somebody here is just like really close to the big white light. And it's just like, I don't know what's out there. I'm not ready to leave this world behind. I'm very attached to this world. is that devil card, sins, number 15. It's an earthly, karmic, carnal attachment. And so, yeah, it's like, I'm not going to give this up. I'm going to fight till the end. Because you don't want to have a drastic change like night and day. You don't want anything to change. The think the impossible, think the unexpected card for Capricorn is believe in the impossible. Believe that it could actually be better on the other side. Believe that there's going to be a better life on the other side. Believe there's going to be a better experience. New doesn't have to be scary. The next horizon, the next level, the next movement, the next phase in your life doesn't have to be scary. You don't have to pipe it up or pump it up, or you know what I mean? I don't know what the word is. But you don't have to do that. Even if the next phase is marriage, or the next phase is children, or the next phase is empty nesters, or the next phase is, you know, mature adult by yourself, or the next phase is senior, or the next phase is death. I mean, you don't have to be scared of the next phase. It's time to release the love block, which is the attachment to earthly things, earthly people, and old situations. Reminiscing on past precious moments. Keeping those memories alive, they'll always be with you. Because those memories actually became a part of you. So they're not even with you. These memories became a part of you. Do you know that when someone donates a heart, like a heart transplant, they die in a car accident and their heart is transplanted into another person. That person that takes the heart starts to crave some of that other person's favorite foods even after they've passed. They like music they'd never liked before. They have emotions they've never had before. They have some memories they've never had before. All from the heart. And these are proven scientific experiments. People have reported being vegetarian, having a heart transplant, and craving steak, which was the heart donor's favorite food, because they still keep in touch with the family. People have reported having no interest in playing piano, but after a heart donation, complete musical interest in a piano. These are all scientific. So I'm going to tell you this, what's in your heart you will take with you. It's part of you. It's a connection to you. And, you know, just like that Titanic song, My Heart Will Go On. You know, that's what this is. Your heart will go on. Your memories will live on. Don't fear letting go because you're going to lose it all. Things change, people change, we evolve. It's a part of life, it's the cycle. I know you know that, but there's a lot of fear behind it. Not knowing. Not knowing is what scares you. Not knowing what's going to happen. I guess it's time for you to conquer that fear. But the biggest healing for a Capricorn is being able to let go of the way things were and welcome what things are. Not worrying about what will be. Just living in the moment. So if you can be present, that's your healing. If you guys can really just be okay with right now, today, you're going to be okay. I feel like the way to conquer your fear is to not think about tomorrow and not to think about yesterday. Each day has the worries of its own day. Let tomorrow worry for tomorrow. Let tomorrow worry for itself. That worry will be there when it needs to be there. But you're going to transition at the right time. Whatever your transition is, you're going to transition at the right time, and everything will be okay at that time. Everything will be okay when it's ready to transition. So you guys have to work on your detachment. Being able to detach without having to have all those fears and anxieties. You know, Saturn is your ruling planet. Saturn does instigate fear and anxiety. Saturn is fear. So don't worry if you have that. You're ruled by that. Of course, you have a reality point of view. Steph, this is the reality. I got to look at the facts realistically. That's Saturn talking. You know, Saturn wants to give you that fear. You have to use your intuition here too. You also have a moon, not just a Saturn. Don't let Saturn try to tell you these things. Listen to your moon. Listen to your heart. Okay? So things are going to be what they need to be for you. Let's get the shadow. Sellout. Wow, just like the other one. Okay, and then you have one-sided. Don't believe the hype. Okay, don't believe the hype. Down here we have superficial. People are going to try to tell you this is the only way. This is the reality. You have to believe me. You have to trust me. This is the only way. This is what always happens. Like, you know, if someone gives you advice about kids, oh, believe me, whenever you have kids, your life is over. Romance is over. You can't have any more fun. You're never going to get to have sex with that person again. You're never going to sleep again. Money's going to be draining out of your account again. Every day. Expect it. Welcome to fatherhood. Welcome to motherhood. You know, the scare, the fear of, you know, transitioning from single to having a child can scare you. And the answer here is, you know what? No. That's not everyone's truth. Don't listen to a one-sided story, okay? Because they sold out on their possibilities doesn't mean you have to. Don't listen to one perspective. It's not your perspective, okay? Everyone has a different life experience. Just because they're having a hard time with parenthood doesn't mean you're going to have a hard time with parenthood. I happen to think parenthood is beautiful, fun. I've had more living in this life than I ever have without children. And I love them to death, and I love being with them, and it's just, it brings me joy. It's fun, you know? Yeah, I have to sacrifice myself all the time, but I would never wish a life without them. That's for sure. Never, never, ever. So don't let people scare you into thinking that you're going to transition into hell, okay, if you're going to be doing that. Or marriage, for that instance, you know. People want to scare you for transitioning into marriage. Don't let them scare you. That's their experience, not yours. And the same with, you know, empty nesting. Don't let people scare you about how crazy it's going to be. Or menopause or whatever, you know, like, oh my God, this is the end. You know, life's going to be all downhill. It's going to be lonely. You're going to, you know, relationships tend to fail at that time. Divorces tend to happen at that time. You know, don't listen to those people. Don't listen to them. That's their experience, not yours. It could be bliss. It could be bliss. It could be travel. It could be romance. It could be quiet nights by a fire with a good book for you. No interruptions. It could be sleeping in. Okay, it could be eating takeout when you want for cheap because you don't have to buy for everyone anymore. Like, you know what I mean? What I'm saying is don't let all these transitions scare you, give you fear and anxiety. And as far as death, you know, people are like, oh, you know, when you die, that's it. I believe that, you know, it's just going to shut down. End of our body, end of our soul, end of our spirit. We're probably not even going to exist anymore. You know, this is one life. Live it. YOLO. You know, because when the lights are out, they're out. You know, don't let them scare you like that. We connect to spiritual energy all the time. I connect to my family all the time. Time is fluid. It's infinite. It's neither here nor there. It's neither past nor future. It's all at one time. There's different realms of existence, different existent feelings. Don't worry about death, because I can assure you that energy doesn't just cease to exist. Energy has to go somewhere. Any energy you think of, lights, earth, love. Energy has to transfer and go somewhere. It does not disappear. That's a scientific fact. Energy is transferred. It doesn't disappear. It always has to go somewhere. It's just channeled. And where your energy will be channeled will be at the perfect time. It'll be channeled at the perfect time. So don't worry about death. Don't worry about those things. Face that day when that day comes, and you will be ready. Because as long as you take each day as it comes and you're dealing with that day, you're ready. You're ready. So anyways, Capricorn, there's a lot of fear and anxieties around you. Your deepest healing is being able to transition. It's very hard for you to say goodbye to a situation, to a person, to an existence, to whatever. It's very hard for you to say goodbye. Let's get Spirit's advice for your deepest healing. Getting rid of your fear and anxiety for Capricorn. Bottom of the deck is vision. All right, you need to have vision. Expand your third eye. See into the spiritual realm. Okay, there's more to see than what meets the eye. You, Capricorn, are very realistic. You have to step away from your realism and look a little bit more into the spiritual world, because that is also real. So open up your state of mind, open up your vision here. The next card that comes out is Invisible. Tower card energy. Man, when that tower comes, it comes, Capricorn. Sometimes it may feel, Capricorn, as if you don't fit in, as if you're invisible to the world, maybe as if you don't even matter. But I do. I know and I believe in you that you do matter. And know that not everyone has the ability to recognize you fully. And that perhaps you are so caught up in their world and their own stories that they forget to see you for who you are, Capricorn. So for those of you that are afraid to go, it's that you didn't do enough. You didn't have a big enough statement in this world. Don't have that fear. Release that. It's okay, because those who can see you, Capricorn, and know you are the important companions on your life path to finding your magic. Another meaning for this symbol that you have chosen is that circumstances may require you to step back and remain in the shadows. Now is not the time for you to tell all and show everyone your truth. Being invisible protects you from harm right now, so that you can observe your surroundings without feeling so vulnerable. So stay hidden, Capricorn, and watch what others do before acting. So this is kind of just observe. Put yourself out of the picture. From a neutral place, I want you to look at people, families, and how people change. Watch people. Watch the elderly. Watch the young being born. Watch young couples. Watch empty nesters. Watch single people. Just sit back and people observe. Weird vision I just got, and I don't know if it means anything to a Capricorn, but I just got a vision of a huge Saint Bernard looking at me. And he was like sitting, and he was still like 4 feet tall, sitting. It's weird that I'm sitting here and I just see this big Saint Bernard plopped in my hallway looking at me. I don't know what that's all about. He went away, but I saw it and I was like, where is this big Saint Bernard coming from? I don't know. Maybe Spirit showed me that vision because it represents observing. Because dogs don't speak, they just watch. Yet they have a big presence. Especially that dog. Big presence. So just sit back. You have a very big presence, Capricorn, but just sit back, watch, observe, and see what's going on in life, because you'll make peace. You'll make peace with lots of transitions. The more you watch people living, growing, and loving and changing, the more you're going to be able to accept and understand the process of life. And you'll be able to let something go. I also feel like you've had to let someone go. Someone that you were loyal to, someone that you love, Capricorn. Maybe you were loyal to a church. Maybe you were loyal to a job. Maybe you were loyal to a lover or loyal to a friend. But you've had to stop being loyal to someone or something. And it was really hard for you to say goodbye. And you're like, there's still a part of me. I hate to leave them behind. I hate to let them go. I hate to let them move on. But I have to let them move on. So that could also be a thing for Capricorn. Because this change of losing something or letting go of something is as different as night and day. And that's what all these transitions have represented, a night and day difference. Having children in the home to being an empty nester is night and day. Leaving adult maturity into senior energy is like night and day. Leaving a young adult into a mature adult energy is like night and day. You know, all of these separations, even moving from home to home, place to place, relationship to relationship, it's always night and day. So you just have a very difficult time, Capricorn, letting go and shutting it off. Your deepest healing is being able to transition. Okay, you need to be more fluid. You need to be able to flow and move into the next section of your life because it feels very blocky, very chunky, and just block, block, block. And it's just very hard for you to move from one situation to another. It just feels really stuck. Okay, it's just from this chunk to this chunk to this chunk, and it's just very, very separated, and it doesn't feel flowy for me. The energy that I want you to grab onto, Capricorn, is to be flowy. Okay, to be able to move and transition smoothly. Okay, you need to be more fluid and more open. So that is your deepest healing, is learning how to do that. Most of that's healing from your early childhood. Feeling like you have to let go of things that you weren't ready to let go of. And that's, you know, abandonment issues, okay? That's fear of loss issues. Those are some issues from the youth that are affecting the way you transition today. Don't let that happen. Go ahead and conquer that, okay? So now we're going to move on into Aquarius. What is your deepest healing? Spirit, please guide and direct me for the sign of Aquarius. Please guide and direct me for the sign of Aquarius. What is your deepest healing? You have a love block too. Gosh, a reconciliation is coming. Still working on it. I just shuffled. What the heck? They don't feel shuffled. Still working on it. Deliver me from temptation. Devil card. Capricorn energy. And wow, a twin flame union is approaching and healing the heart chakra. Bottom of the deck is setting some clear boundaries. Oh boy. You're all about love, aren't you, Aquarius? You've been all love, love, love lately. Love, 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 love. God, what is up with you guys and all your I can't let go energies? You know, but I'm a reader. I'm an honest reader. Some readers get sick of having repetitive messages and they purposely want to change it. They're like, oh, tired of this energy. Give me something else. That's not reading authentically. So if you guys are watching, remember, take what resonates. But if you see repetitive messages coming through for different signs, just know they are also in that energy. And we're not forcing them away for a different message just because we want a different message. Because this sign needs to hear what they need to hear. And even if it is similar to Cancer and Capricorn and anybody else, it doesn't matter. The reading is what the reading is. And it will touch who needs to touch. But we have an Aquarius person here, or maybe a few people, that are also smoking, by the way, or somebody smokes. You love someone that smokes. I'm tasting tobacco. Okay, you're in a relationship with a smoker, or you've just begun smoking, or you want to smoke or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but I feel tobacco. I taste it. Anyways, you're very stressed because you really want to have a reconciliation with someone that you feel is a soulmate or a twin flame. Like, this is the one, okay? In a nutshell, that's it. It's them. They're the one. You know it. That's how you feel. And you're like, something is blocking us, and I'm ready to get rid of this. You know, whatever this is that's keeping us apart, I need it out. And you're still working on this situation, and you've been working on this situation, and it's stressing you out to the point where, what the fuck, right? You're like, I'm so stressed out, maybe I'm smoking. I don't know. It's just like, I need to be delivered from evil. You know, deliver me from temptation, Lord. Keep me away from this person. Help me to stop obsessing. Help me to not take on a bad habit with this devil card energy, right? Just, Lord, help me. Help deliver me from this, because I am stuck on this person. And no matter how much I try to pull away, stop feeling, stop caring, stop being involved, somehow, against my will, I'm dragged into this again. And I'm just, you feel like you're stuck in a cycle, in a vortex, in a tornado, that as much as you're trying to pull away, you can't pull away. They're just dragging you back in. And you're like, oh Lord, help me, help me. What do I need to know? What do I need to know? Give me a message today. What do I need to know? What you need to know is they are your soulmate. They are your twin flame, but you have shit for boundaries. Shit for boundaries. The time is up. We have to deal with this. This is why you're going through a frustration period with your twin flame or soulmate. You know, this has got to give, man. I'm sorry, but we're not going to get this little love boat rowing until we deal with some real situation here that involves you need to get some real clear boundaries about what you want and what you don't want, what you will be okay with and accept and what you will not. You cannot be in the middle. You cannot be wishy-washy. You can't be okay today with it, but not tomorrow. Somebody here, this twin flame, this soulmate, needs to know a clear boundary. I cannot cross this line. You ever met, and maybe you work with kids, but I have a family friend that has a baby. She's barely 2, I think. She's going to be barely 2. And that baby is out of control, y'all. That little sweet, precious, adorable little baby, she is cuter than heck. Cuter than heck, man. She is a doll. But damn, she has boundary issues. As cute as she is, and I mean real boundary issues, guys. She will put her hands in your drinks. Yeah, if you have a drink somewhere, she's just going to stick her hand right in it. Hi, let me grab what's in there and like just play with it for a while. She'll take your food off your plate. If it's on a coffee table or something around you, even on the table, she'll come and just grab it. Take the food off your plate. If you give her a nice little toy or something to make her happy, she'll throw it on the ground and laugh. You know, she just wants to make you react. If you tell her to sit down or behave, she'll run and laugh. You know, she's a baby. She's in a pamper. She's a 2-year-old, you know, but she's pushing it. She's pushing it now. And I got to share this with you guys. She's just so cute. And she'll just grab things that are other people's and she'll interrupt and she'll go here and there. And she just doesn't, she runs aimlessly. She doesn't know what to do with herself. I don't know just what to do with myself. I don't know just what to do with myself. And I'm sorry, it's Cameron Diaz from my best friend's wedding. She's trying to sing karaoke, and I probably suck worse than her at that song. But anyways, my story with this little one is she has no boundaries. She's limitless. She does not know what she needs to do. She has no instruction. Her mother is a very young mother. And believe it or not, you guys ever saw those I never knew I was pregnant videos? She never even knew she was pregnant. She actually had some stomach gastric issues, and she thought maybe it was related to that. I saw pictures right before she gave birth, and she did not look pregnant. She looked maybe like she had a little pouch, a little pooch, a little, you know, Buddha, you know, just a little belly. But that's because she was, you know, a little overweight, little out of shape. Not a lot, just a little out of shape. You know, people have a little gut, you know, she was wearing like a prom dress or something, and it was tight. And you could see she kind of had a roundness, you know, but it wasn't like it sure as heck didn't even look like no 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-month belly. I mean, if she was pregnant, it looked like maybe a 4-month, 4 or less. I mean, barely, you know what I mean? It's right the cross between, are you a little overweight or are you expecting? You don't really know. It was kind of like that. So, and that was right before she gave birth. So no one knew, her own mother didn't know, you know, what was really going on. She didn't even know. I don't know if her innocence, she didn't know. And yeah, so when she had the baby, she went to the doctor. Well, excuse me, she didn't give birth, and that's when she knew. She knew about a month before she had the baby. But by the time she knew, she just had no idea she was pregnant. And she had no prenatal care, anything. And so she went there, and the doctor was like, let's do an ultrasound. Let's see what's going on. She had a gastric doctor already. And he was like, oh my God, you're pregnant. You're about to, you know, deliver this baby within 30 days. And she was sitting there like, what? Oh my God, you got to be what? And she was unprepared. They didn't even know what to expect. She was shocked. You know, she was young. She was just graduated high school, and just started college. So she was like, oh my God, and, you know, whatever. Some people don't know. I mean, she had stomach issues, go figure. Her boyfriend was just shocked to all hell and just what the hell, and, you know, her mom, and I ended up giving her a crib and some other stuff that I had with my Maddie that he had just outgrown. So I gave her all my baby stuff, changing table, crib, diaper changing, you know, trash can thing and all that stuff. For her, because poor thing, she didn't even know what to expect. And she was scared, you know. So I remember when she had the baby. So I knew she was not prepared to be a mother. She was not prepared to be a mother. And, you know, everything's been going great. She's been taking good care of the baby. But now the baby's almost 2. But it comes down to where the family did not expect the baby. And nobody wants to punish the baby, like for doing anything, like biting, throwing, doing anything. Like there's no punishment going on. Hey, honey. Yeah.
I see a white car.
A white car?
Yeah, and it stopped and the person's not getting out of the car.
Oh, that's the neighbor. He likes to sit in his car and look at his phone sometimes.
I just want to check.
You cannot go check nothing out. You can look out the window behind Michael Myers. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So anyways, where are we at here? Aquarius. Yeah, so I'm sharing this message with you. I'm not saying that you're a baby, but I'm just saying that, listen, there's definitely some issues here with boundaries. And we cannot run amok. And you might be letting a lover, or obviously a lover, run amok in your life. Maybe even your children running amok. I don't know, but you can't let people just get away with anything. There has to be boundaries. And maybe you have strong boundaries for your children. You just don't have strong boundaries for this person. Because it could be vice versa. It could be you have really good boundaries for yourself. You are Saturn ruled, Aquarius. So Saturn knows all about boundaries and restriction. So you might have a lot of restriction for yourself, but you don't for this person. So what's coming in is you are in a soulmate or twin flame relationship, and hun, your biggest form of healing right now is you don't value yourself. This is self-worth issues. And your person's not going to know how to treat you right if you don't tell them. That little baby's not going to know what's right or wrong unless someone says, hey, listen, come here. That's no. That is no. Because she's never heard no. And when, you know, our family friend comes here to visit, my sister-in-law, my brother, my kids, myself, my parents, my other brother, and, you know, no one wants to tell that little girl no. as she's sticking her hands in everybody's drinks and pulling, you know, just doing all kinds of bad things. No one's like, you know, we're all laughing and just, ha ha ha, how cute. Oh, ha, she's okay. Oh, how cute. Yeah, hi, honey. You know, here you go. Here's a cookie. You know, just all that shit. No one wants to be like the parent here and, you know, what the hell, you know? And you drop little bombs, you know, for the mother, like, oh, your daughter's getting into somebody's drink, you know, or, oh, you know, she's about to fall. She's going by the stairs over there. You know, you almost got to help this poor mother parent, but she doesn't know how, you know what I mean? She has no boundaries. And listen, there's a reason why I'm sharing this story with you. It will make sense. Don't click off yet because you're impatient of me sharing a story. Don't be so closed-minded that you think this story has nothing to do with your own. It does. Well, no one wants to say anything. And this may be your situation. Nobody wants to say anything. Just let this situation run amok. Go out with the guys, have drinks, smoke, you know, be irresponsible, don't pay your way, don't heal, don't focus on irresponsible things, don't show me romance, don't give me effort, just, you know, do what you want. I'm still here for you. No, those are no boundaries. And that's not love. But again, you don't know how to love yourself. And what I'm picking up on, the reason why I'm sharing that story also has something to do with your reading. The mother that does not have any boundaries for her baby is not allowed to parent at her home. Because she still lives with her mom. She, you know, just is finishing college. So she's staying with mom, raising the baby. The mother dictates whether or not that child's father can visit that child. The mother dictates whether or not she can drive, whether or not she can have a car, whether or not she should go work somewhere, what time she needs to be back. The mother treats her still like a child. And when she's at home, she can't even feed her child what she wants to feed her. The mom wants to feed them like they're both children, not letting her mother her own child. So she wants to fix her daughter a specific set of food, and the mother's like, nope, you can't do that. I already gave her this, and that. It's better. Or if she wants to tell her daughter no on something, the mother's like, don't tell her no. You're not parenting right. You know, and I see where the mother's coming from. She sees her daughter as young, naive, didn't expect a baby, doesn't know anything about parenting. And that's a controlling woman. She needs to let go and let this girl learn. Otherwise, she's parenting for the parent. And what is she learning? Nothing. And so when she was here at the party, she expressed to me that my mom doesn't let me punish my child. I said, did you just hear yourself say that? Your mom doesn't let you be a mom to your child. How does that make you feel? And, you know, immediately she feels overwhelmed and she kind of starts to cry and she's like, I don't like it. I don't like this feeling of pressure and being controlled. And I don't like not being able to see her father or let him come over. I don't like any of this. And she's not 17 years old, guys. She is 22 years old. She's 22 years old. Or just about to be. She might be 21 now, but she's either 21 or 22. And she's not a little child. She finished high school. She's finishing college. She's got this baby. She's got a job, you know. She has no business depending on her mom that much. But she does because her mom makes her feel like she doesn't make good decisions by herself. She needs to be taken care of. And clearly the father can't do it, you know. So let's see, we have a comment here. Olivia, might be that I see change as a challenge, a mountain. I'm certainly going to climb that mountain. That mofo, I'm a Capricorn. Okay, so you're still on Capricorn, we're on Aquarius. You're a little bit behind. Awesome. But that still has something to add to this reading, that comment, guys. And we do have a mountain here. You have a mountain to overcome. And it may be an overbearing mother. It may be a, how do you say, like someone that makes you feel a certain way in front of you, like intimidating. It might be an intimidating partner. It might be a mother-in-law. There could be all kinds of issues that make you feel like there's a mountain here in the way, and you just have to let things go on the way they are because you don't have control. What? What? Yeah, you go ahead. I don't know where it's at. So anyways. Okay, we'll go to another one. So anyways, let's go ahead and get the shadow here. Lack of boundaries. She can't parent. She doesn't feel like she's allowed to. You may not be able to set some clear boundaries because you feel like your person is intimidating, or if you say something, you know, it's wrong. You don't have a lot of faith in yourself. We have secretive and vengeful. Interesting. So a lot of your shadow is you're afraid to put a boundary because you're afraid of what's going to happen when you do. So if you don't have a healthy boundary, it's your fault. And it's because if you put a healthy boundary on someone, they're not going to like you, or they're going to be mad at you, or they're going to break up with you, or they're not going to love you as much, or they're not going to see you in a good light. Or what's worse, if you put a healthy boundary, maybe they won't stick around. You know, which is what that young mom feels. If I put a healthy boundary on my mother, she may make me move out, or she may get in a fight with me, or I may not get the help that I'm going to get from my mother if I confront her about this. And I said, you need to confront her because this is your child. You have to say, this is my child, my life. I'm a mother, and you need to respect me. There are boundaries. I am appreciative of your help, and I love you, and thank you for being there for me and my daughter. But I need you to give me some space, because when it comes to what my child eats, when it comes to my child's discipline, it's my child, not yours, and I'm raising her, not you, and I will not be in your home forever. And I have to live with the consequences of the raising of this child. And when I go out with my friends with my child, it's a wreck at their house. When I go in public, it's a problem. If she goes to school and can't get along with other kids, it's a problem because of you. And I will not allow it. I'm sorry you're carrying some kind of guilt, some kind of conscience that you're just overgiving here, but you know, there needs to be some healthy boundaries. And that's really what she needs to tell her mom. And I said that. And I said, if your mom loves you, which I know she does, she's not going to kick you out. She loves that baby way too much and doesn't want her to go. When you tell your mom to respect your boundaries, she will. Because she knows that if you stand up for yourself and she doesn't listen, then there's going to be vengefulness on your part, not the other way around. So don't be scared to set a boundary, because it's actually reversed. You think they're going to hurt you when they're actually afraid you're going to hurt them. Okay? So you need to not be scared of what someone's going to do to you, Aquarius, if you stand up for yourself. Because it's actually reversed. They're scared about you. You actually have the intimidating presence in their life. What happens if Aquarius leaves? What happens if Aquarius doesn't like this? Right? Aquarius, you have a lot more say than you think you do, but you don't have a lot of the confidence. You don't have a lot of the self-worth to believe that what you want and what you say matters. You're too scared, and you're still working on it, but this is something that you've been dealing with. You've been afraid to stand up for yourself because you've been afraid of what other people might do, when actually they're afraid of what you might do. Okay? So don't worry so much. My gosh, that needs to be helped. The secret's out. What's in your destiny is in your destiny. If you and this lover, this twin flame, and this soulmate are meant to be together, the universe is going to make it happen. Because by God, this is still a work in progress. Even though there's a love block right now for boundary reasons, there's a definite reconciliation in the future. And this union is approaching you. But it needs to be healthy. Otherwise, it's not going to work out. I mean, do you understand that? That if it's not healthy, it could just disappear again? If it's not healthy, it can fall apart again? If it's not healthy, there's going to be something bad to deal with. So it needs to be healthy. You have to deal with this deep healing. Oh my gosh. See? The word no. No is a full sentence. You have an issue saying no. Aquarius, you have a very hard time saying no to this man or this woman, this lover. You probably have no problem because you're Saturn ruled. You probably have no issues saying no to your coworkers, your employees, your mom, your dad, your kids maybe, like your friends, your siblings. Like you probably have no hesitation to say no because you are the authority. Aquarius is like, respect my authority. So you have all this authority. This is like someone who works at a jail or a courthouse or is a police officer or is in management or, you know, a supervisor of some sense. You know, you're in charge in your daily life, but you're not in charge in your love life. Oh, I just hit the trigger. Shotgun right there. Bullet to the heart. Triggered. Triggered you, Aquarius. You have a lot of authority in this world, but boy, you don't use it at home in this relationship. You let this person spank you up and down the hallway. Up and down, just whooping that ass. Not literally, God, I hope not literally. Unless it's a good thing. Unless it's a sexual thing, it's okay, but not abuse. I'm not talking about abuse. But I'm saying you let this person mop the hallway with your hair. You know what I'm saying? This person is just mopping you up. And you need, oh my God, right? Wow. Okay. The next one is torn between two lovers. Lover's card. 6. Soulmate vibrations again. Twin flame vibrations. Okay. Number 6 major arcana is the lover's card. The next one is number 11, Libra. Justice. Boy, oh boy. Might be dealing with a Gemini or a Libra. And you're an air sign. This is when it always gets difficult. When an air sign has to deal with another air sign, boy, does it get difficult. You know, because there's a lack of emotions, there's a lack of foundation. It's just drama. But it doesn't mean it's not soulmate, because it's soulmate and twin flame here. So even though you guys are air signs, it's still drama. Okay? Wait, Sunval has something to say. Steph, the aquarium reading was all me, but I get strong boundaries months ago, and I'm learning to let go. Okay, so that's good. You've already accomplished a lot of this. That's wonderful. But it does look like the sole issue for the Aquarians is they have boundaries in a lot of other areas of life, but when it comes to this personal relationship, there's a lack of boundaries. You take a lot. You sure can take a punch in a relationship. They're very disrespectful. They don't treat you the way you deserve to be treated. They disrespect you in many ways, like they disrespect your point of view. They disrespect your feelings. They disrespect the home. They disrespect the relationship. Okay? They disrespect the commitment, the vows, the honor of the relationship. Maybe they disrespect the sanctity of a union. Okay, maybe they disrespect spirituality. Maybe they disrespect your body. I mean, there's just all different kinds of things here that could be a myriad of all of those things. But, you know, this is what's really coming out is like, look, this person does not respect you. And there's lots of different ways. But this is what is your main issue of healing, is that your life is not well-rounded. Your life is not balanced. You do great on the work front, but you're not doing very good here in the relationship. And I also feel with this Capricorn deliver me from temptation energy, that even at work, before a healing took place, coworkers took advantage. Coworkers may have disrespected you, made you cover for them, put you on the schedule when you weren't supposed to be, blame you for things that weren't your fault, made you do things that you shouldn't have had to do. Maybe you worked somewhere for a really long time and never got paid what you deserved. I've known people to work in a business for 20 years and make the same hourly rate almost the entire time. And they should have gotten, you know, a $5, even $10 raise by then, after 20 years. They should have been in management long ago, but they waited too long, they were disrespected, and they were not given their due. And so I've known people that just unappreciated, you know? And I guess what comes to my mind is Office Space, that little guy. He's like, my stapler, someone took my stapler. My stapler's gone. Someone took my stapler. That was my favorite stapler. I bought that stapler with my own money, and someone took my stapler, and no one's listening to me about my stapler. And they're like, okay, yeah. We're going to move you downstairs and out of the basement in this cubicle. You know, all hoping he would quit. They're just trying to pressure that guy to quit. Very disrespectful. You know, at the end of the movie, he ended up blowing up the office. You know, he was tired of being disrespected. Don't take my stapler, man. Sunval, oh yes, Steph, I was always doing more than everyone at work, and people expected more, but I am speaking now. Thanks to you, Steph. Oh, thank you, son. And you know, honestly, son, yeah, you know, my red stapler, right? Yeah. You know why, like, Aquarians are getting beat down like this with Saturn at work and in relationships, is because Saturn always represents being in service of others. So Saturn likes to be a low caste. Saturn likes to be lowly. Saturn does not look for the crown. Saturn does not want to be in charge. That's the sun's job. Saturn doesn't even want to be the king. Saturn would rather be the hidden bazaar behind closed curtains like Jafar. You know, that's Saturn is Jafar. You know, I'll serve the king, you know, but he really doesn't want to be king. He just wants to be the powerful sorcerer. Or Saturn kind of represents being in service of others, you know, working in the military, things like that, being in the army for the king. You know what I mean? So Saturn's like, I like to serve, I don't like to lead, because there's a lot of fear and anxiety with leadership. So when you Aquarians are dealing with things at work, you might find that you end up doing you might do all the work, like Sunval said. You might be doing all the work. You might be putting up for other people, being in service of the boss or the employer or the supervisor. You know, you're in service of others. You're always helpful. You seem to always put in time and energy at your career. And, you know, you spend years there, which is a dedication and a loyalty, which is Saturn. But that's why you guys always go through that, because Saturn influences you so heavily. But that's also why you lose a lot of boundaries. And Saturn does represent restriction. So the karma with being in service of others is learning to have others serve you also, and having boundaries. And your karma with being an Aquarius and being Saturn ruled is that you know what it feels like to be taken advantage of. It doesn't feel good. So Saturn wants you to learn later in life, after the age of 36, when Saturn matures. After that age, you are supposed to start setting some clear boundaries in your life, because you know what it's like when they're not there. So it's all about responsibility. So I'm going to move on from that, guys, but I'm just going to say, you keep using with the Libra, Gemini here, but Aquarius, what you're dealing with is a lack of respect. There's injustice here. It's not fair. There might even be a third-party situation that has interfered in your relationship in some way. And the message here is set boundaries, because there would be no other third-party person involved if you would set clear boundaries in the first place. If that mofo didn't have any time to be out, it wouldn't have happened. If that mofo wouldn't be out drinking and driving and whatever with their friends, maybe, you know, they wouldn't be in jail. If that mofo, you know, or girl, woman, you know, would have had some boundaries about respect, they wouldn't be separated with you right now, with friends and whatnot. But the message here is the reason this shit went on is because you don't have boundaries. So in a way, is it your fault? A little bit that it even happened, but at the same time, hell no, it's not your fault. That was their decision. They have their karma they need to fulfill with you now. But you don't want to like push this person away. You don't want to set a boundary because you're afraid to scare him away. Well, Steph, what if I tell him I don't want to tolerate drinking anymore or smoking anymore or going out with their friends anymore? What if I say I don't want to tolerate that? Or what if I say, you know, I don't want them to have a separate bank account anymore or a different phone account anymore? What if I say that and I set boundaries for respect for me and they tell me no? What if that person thinks I'm crazy and says, have a good life, and they leave? Well, then that's what they do. They think you're crazy and they leave. Are they going to have a good life? No. Karma's going to kick their ass because nothing's wrong with you expecting boundaries. If they fucked up anywhere down here, and I think they did, torn between two lovers, then they have to make that up to you. And you have to give them a yes and no list. Yes, this works. No, it doesn't. Because the fact is they love you. The fact is this is a twin flame soulmate relationship and they will not run amok. They cannot run amok. Respect and boundaries. Deliver people from temptation, from the devil. Respect and boundaries, deliver them. Believe it. And they need it. They need it. And you're the one to give it to them. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, when that little girl, at the end of my little story, when that little girl was here at the house and nobody was telling her no, you know Miss Stephanie told her no. Yes, Miss Stephanie did. And she took Maddie's cup. I gave her a drink. It was actually Matthew's drink. He had a cup with a straw. The mother did not pack her a sippy cup. See, that's where the mom went wrong. But she's young. She doesn't really know how to be a mom yet. Why? Because her mom's not letting her mother. Her mom probably packed the diaper bag. Who knows? She didn't even be on diaper changes on point like she should. But I'm just a Cancer. Hello, I'm a major mom. So I already know all that shit. But she needs to learn that shit. But so the little girl was there and she was running around, dirty diaper, whatever, you know, and throwing shit. Just unhappy because her mom is not scheduled. Her mom does not have the diaper change when it needs to happen to feel comfortable and clean. The mom's not wiping her face when she should. The mom's not giving her toys and boundaries. This is your area. This is your toys. The mom's not saying no. You can't be running around sticking your hand in people's stuff. Honey, the girl ate flowers. We had roses on the table. It was a birthday party. The child picked up a rose with thorns, cut herself, and bit the flower. Okay? This little baby was Meet the Crudes. Okay? She was the little baby from Meet the Crudes. No boundaries. But I couldn't do it anymore because I was sitting back watching too much. And I was like, something needs to happen. No one's saying anything. I've got to do something here because it's been going on for hours and now, you know, it's getting late. So I wanted her to sit down. I gave her my phone. I was like, come here, you know, come over here, little sweetheart. Let's look at this phone. You know, she was trying to grab Matthew's drink and I noticed she didn't have a cup. She didn't have a drink or a bottle for that matter, you know. She's like, oh, she's been off the bottle since 1. Honey, that little girl could use a bottle right now. Lay down with a blanket and sleep, and I bet everyone would be happy. But anyways, I gave her my son's cup. My son was crying because she grabbed it. She took it from him. She just went, you know, grabbed it and started to drink on it. And Matthew looked at me, and he's still little, and he's like, Mom, she took my drink. And he was so mad. He gave me a look. He was like, oh, he wanted to push her, a little Scorpio, you know. He wanted to come at that girl. And I was like, hey, she's a baby. She's a baby. You can't get mad at her. You cannot get mad at her. You need to tell her it's okay. And you need to give her love, you know, give her a hug, and tell her she can have your cup. I told him you need to give it to her. And because I said she's already got her mouth on it, so it doesn't matter anymore. Do you want the cup that has baby drool on it? And he's like, no. Do you want to drink after that? No. Okay. Well, I'm going to go get you another cup. Let's just let her have this one. Okay, be nice. The baby doesn't have a cup. And he's like, okay, all right, we're going to give her the cup. So he goes and gives her a hug, and he gives her the cup. And she drinks it. And then she looks at me and laughs. And she throws the cup down on the ground. And it was concrete. So it scratched the cup, you know. And she was laughing, and it wasn't okay. And usually everyone's like, oh, she's so cute, silly baby. She's cute. Oh, come here. No. No. Mama Steph ain't having it. I'm going to treat you like I treat mine. And maybe your mom can take some notes. And I went over there and I said, pick up the cup. Pick up the cup. And she did. She picked up the cup. And I said, that's no. That's no. You do not throw things. In a firm voice, but in love. And she was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh, you know. She didn't cry. She's a very strong-willed little girl. She didn't cry. She said, uh-oh, you know. I'm like, yeah, uh-oh. Uh-oh, yeah. That was no. That was just no. Say sorry. And she didn't because she can't even talk, you know. But she knew. She gave the look. I just wanted her to know what to do at that situation. And I said, we're going to go get another cup, Matthew. We're going to go get another cup. So Matthew was crying because she threw his cup and he was all upset. So I grabbed Matthew's hands. And guess who's following me? Guess who is following me like a little puppy dog? She is. The baby. She's following me. And she grabs my hand, and she holds my hand, and she wants to follow me upstairs. Why? Well, A, she's probably tired and wants to lay down and rest and get something. And she knows also why she's following me is because she knows this woman is in control. This woman is safe. I feel safe around this woman because I know my boundaries. I know what's okay, and I know what's not okay, and that makes me feel safe. Because that's what babies need. They need to know their limits because otherwise they feel exposed and insecure. See, a lot of young people think, oh, love, 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 love makes them feel safe and secure. No, love does not make them feel safe and secure. Love gives them comfort, but it does not make them feel safe. And if you really love someone, you want them to feel safe. So that's an important message. And she followed me upstairs. And I held her and I got her a snack and we were good. We were good. She still went downstairs and got a little bit out of control, but she looked at me. If she did something wrong, she looked at me like, uh-oh, is she going to say something? Is she going to correct me? She knew. She knew just by me saying one thing that the other actions were not acceptable. And I'm just sharing that because what do you think this person's going to feel? Once you let this person know, hey, excuse me, this is no. Okay, I don't tolerate that shit. Then the next time they might want to fuck up on you or do something somewhat wrong, they're looking behind their shoulder like, uh-oh, this is not okay. I better watch it. Because they're actually scared of you. Just like I thought, oh, you know, the kid wouldn't want to be around me. Not if I have some strict punishment. Well, the kid wouldn't want to be around me. Wrong. The kid wanted to be around me. Wanted me. So just when you think this person won't want you for setting boundaries and you think they're going to be vengeful, you're wrong. You're going to create a healthy security net. A healthy, secure relationship has healthy, secure boundaries. Because those two people are going to respect each other from now on. So anyways, I know this is a really long-ass reading. But I had to share that. I have to share what comes out. Like I said to everyone, not every reading is going to be exactly the same time. Not every reading is going to have the same cards. Not every reading is going to be exactly like the other one. These are all different. They all need to come out how it needs to come out. The card that fell for you is Invisible. I just had that for Capricorn. I don't want to pull that again. I'm just going to somewhat read it without reading it because whatever, it came out. You have Letting Go and Invisible. This is the time for you to be safe. If you feel invisible right now, not seen, ignored, let that go. Transform yourself. You may feel invisible right now, like you are a nobody. You're not important. You're not important because this person has given somebody else their time, okay? Not you. They've given someone else. And you're like, I must not be very important to them. I must not be on their priority list. You're not. That's the hard truth. You're not on their priority list. You're not important to them right now. You know why? Because you're not asking for that. You're not looking for that. You're wanting to be invisible, Aquarius. And Sun Val, you've already got past this, so I'm glad you're healing from this. But the deepest healing for Aquarius is I will not be invisible. I will not be unnoticed. I will not be disrespected at work, home, or relationship. I have a healthy set of boundaries in my life. I will not be walked all over or taken advantage of. Time is up. I'm not doing it anymore. Observing with every action here. I'm healing my heart and loving myself enough. Now, a lot of this comes from your root of self-worth issues, and we talked about that in the beginning of this reading. You have self-worth issues, Aquarius, or this would not be a problem. So you have to discover in your heart, where do these self-worth issues come from? When did they start? When did you start not having healthy boundaries in your life? Were you 20? Were you 12? When did the unhealthy boundaries, lack of boundaries, start? Because you have to go back and see why. And that's what you're going to have to heal. So you're Aquarius, you have homework. You got to go find out why this happened, and you need to heal it because your self-worth needs to be dealt with. So for Aquarius, yeah, your major healing is self-worth. Once you feel worthy, you will set boundaries. The only reason you haven't is because you felt insecure that you weren't worthy enough for this person and they might leave. So you let them do whatever they needed to do because you didn't think you were deserving of respect, loyalty, and honor, which is all bullshit. And I think you know that now. So I hope you guys can step up and stand up and do what's needed because it's the best for you and this person that you're in a relationship with. But anyways, that is Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, no is a complete sentence. You can say it. I know you do everywhere else. Just do it with them. Okay, sorry, that was really long. I know, I do apologize, but we're on the last one now. We're on the last one now. Happy Halloween. Oh my gosh, the day is going by so fast. Sun Val, it happened when I had to wait for my father to come home and he never did. Oh, you are crying. I'm sorry, Sun Val. I am so sorry. See, Aquarius, it starts from there. It starts from feeling like you're not worthy enough. And if you say something or you expect more, they're going to go. You know, she might, Sun Val, you might be feeling like, what did you do wrong? Did you demand too much of him? Was your presence demanding too much of your father? You know, was it too much pressure? Why did this person have to go? You know, were you too much? And so you might go through your life, son, thinking, am I too much for people? Is my energy just too much? Do I need to tone down my energy for others? Do I need to tone it down because they can't handle me? Like, I don't want anyone else to go. You know, so you always probably, Sun Val, you feel like you're walking on eggshells. Like you might be too much for people. You know, you're not. You're not. Defeat that message. Heal your heart, girl. And heal your heart, Aquarians. Heal your heart. You are enough. You really have to believe that. Okay? And believe me, they believe it too. You may not think that the person, your twin flame or your person doesn't believe that you're enough. Oh, but they know. They know you are. They're just waiting to find out when you figure it out. Like, they're just waiting to see you figure it out that you're enough. Your twin flame or soulmate's like, I know they are, but they don't. You know? And as long as they don't recognize their worth, I'm not going to recognize their worth. Because that's a mere reflection. Okay. So let's keep going. We're here on Pisces. Spirit, please guide and direct me for Pisces. Let's clear the energy. That was a really long reading. And you know, before I go and move on to Pisces, the girl that couldn't parent the child, of course she has self-worth issues. She feels bad about having a baby unexpected. She feels bad about not being able to make it on her own. She feels bad that she needs help. You know, she's dependent still, and emotionally and psychologically especially. And her mom makes her feel about this big, you know? So she's got some healing to do for herself. But of course she has self-worth issues. That's why she's not parenting her child confidently, because she doesn't believe in herself. So the key to fixing her is fixing her self-worth. And Aquarius, the key to fixing you is fixing your self-worth. Okay? That's the healing. All right. So anyways, now we can move on. Pisces. Pisces, please divinely guide me to your message. What does Pisces need to know about this deep-rooted, most important healing for the sign of Pisces? Ooh. Pisces, you have a lack mentality also. I feel the number 3, 3 of Pentacles, work in progress. Always hoping if you have enough. Okay, do I have enough? Am I enough? Like there's just a lack going on here. Guilt for past actions and behaviors. Healing from heartbreak. Enlightenment, seeing more clearly. Reminiscing on past precious moments. Whew. There's some things you've done in the past you regret. That's a given. But a lot of these things were not your fault. You're taking way more responsibility than you deserve. You're okay, yeah. Listen to me, Pisces. You are blaming yourself for a pain afflicted upon you. This may be when you were a child and you had no control of your environment, the people in your home, your body, your life. Because at that point, what you ate, what you drank, where you slept, where you lived, where you went, you didn't have a choice. It is not children's fault for their experiences. But you are taking some kind of guilt. You need to see it a little bit different, a lot differently. Forget a little bit. You need to see it a lot differently. There is something you're blaming yourself for, Pisces, and it's not your fault. I feel like it has something to do from childhood, but it could be just past, just recent past even. But you feel like it's your fault, whatever this is in the past. It's my fault, Steph. It's my fault. If it wasn't for something I had done, if it wasn't for something I said, if it wasn't for me being vulnerable, if it wasn't for me, you know, not being more aware, that wouldn't have happened. And so you're breaking yourself up because of it. Forceful, vengeful. Something happened at night and you had a warning, you kind of knew about it, but you didn't trust it. Something happened to you, it was forced upon you. And you can't help but wanting vengeance, like you're angry. There's a bunch of emotions inside of you. One is hurt and helpless. The other is deeply angry and vengeful. And you go back and forth between these two angry fish. That is the Pisces. And you're just like, ugh, I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know how to work through this stuff. It's a lot going on here. Show me, Pisces, deep-rooted healing. I need some space. I'm not sure how you feel about me. You're not even sure how you feel about you. You're not sure how other people feel about you. You feel judged. You feel very judged, very looked at. You don't like people looking at you. It makes you feel exposed. Every time people stare at you or look you down, you feel violated. It makes you feel very uncomfortable. You don't know what they're thinking, what they're feeling, because you feel like people have an evil side to them. Then over here you have, I just need some space. Typical Pisces, isolation, running away. And what did Pisces do? They do self-medication, they do aloneness, they do an emotional inward journey away from others. So you might find yourself spending a lot of time reminiscing about what happened, going within yourself, feeling bad about yourself, just upset with what happened to you and it wasn't your fault. I keep feeling like this just wasn't your fault. You might have been to blame of someone's death and it wasn't your fault, but you're blaming yourself for that person's death. You may also be feeling like if you were abused, physically, emotionally, psychologically, verbally, sexually, that it was your fault. You didn't protect yourself. It's not your fault. Like I said, as children, that you have no control over your environment. None. It's not your fault. Definitely not your fault. But you feel that way. And you feel like if people look at you long enough, they're going to see the truth. And your truth is you're dirty, or you're wrong, or you're bad. You're not as good as you want people to think you are. You know, like I said, I feel like you're blaming yourself for something, blaming yourself for someone's death. It's like maybe you were in an accident and someone died and you're like, it's my fault that family's suffering. It's my fault. No, you were on the road at the wrong time in the wrong place. It was their time. But you blame yourself. Maybe it's your child that was in the back seat. Maybe you were in a bad relationship. Toxic. You knew the signs, like you saw this person was bad, but somehow you weren't out, you didn't get out in time. You didn't leave when you should. That's how you feel. And that person ended up killing your children and killing themselves and maybe attempting your life, to take your life. Like, who knows what these situations are, but it feels like that. Even if it's not that extreme, it feels like that. Like bad things happen to people because of me. Or bad things happen to me because of me. And now I feel just completely worthless and completely like I shouldn't be here. You know, and it's not that you live here like, oh yeah, I live here, you know, 24/7, 365. I'm in this energy. This is me all day. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this might be you 1% of the time. You may be fine 364 out of the year. But there's a couple hours for one day that year that you go into this moment. It just gets to you. And you feel like you have spiders and things crawling all over you and you want to rip them off of you, but they're not there. And you still feel like they're there. It's like a phantom. You know where someone says, a spider's on you, and you like get it off of you, but you still feel the spider on you. And your hair starts itching and your back starts itching and your shirt and your face, and you're like, ah! I feel it, little crawly things all over me, and I can't shake it. These are phantoms, you know, and you're feeling things that already happened. And you're starting to feel the way it felt when you got hurt. You're starting to feel the way it felt when something bad happened. And that's what makes you think about the past. And before that happened, you used to think life was beautiful. It was cupcakes and rainbows. It was a fairy tale. But you learned life's not really like that. You saw the ugly part of life. Bottom of the deck is you are my shining star. You are my shining star. Don't you fade away. Did something happen in the 70s? That's a 70s song. I feel like somebody here, Pisces, something may have happened in the 70s. Or maybe when you were 7. Or I don't know. That's up at 7s. It is number 17 also, by the way. Maybe something happened when you were 17. It may not even faze you. I don't know. But look, Spirit knows. Okay, the Akashic Records, they know Pisces. You may not even be fully conscious of what is really hurting you in here, but Spirit knows, the Akashic knows. And they know that there's something in your past that happened to you, and there's guilt for past actions or behaviors, or it bothers you in some way, and you're really trying to get over it. You're trying to see things for what they are, but you're having a hard time. Okay? You're having a hard time seeing it for what it really is because you blame yourself. Let's get an additional message here. Whatever happened was against, well, it's not against you, but it was out of your control, whatever happened. I got watching you You don't like people watching you. Again, being watched, being looked at bothers you. Like, that's really a thing for you. Watching you, you don't like that. Get your eyes off of me. Stop looking at me so you can see what's wrong with me. This is why you need space from people. You feel violated, like you're in my space. This is my privacy. Don't go into this energy. But we're here, and let's go into it. Life will be renewed, but you do have to get rid of the toxicity. So you have toxic. You have to get rid of the toxic in your life for it to be renewed. You really need to work on your healing. Deep restorative healing. Thank you, baby. So anyways, Pisces, I think it's pretty simple. It's not your fault. It's very simple reading, right? You understand that something happened to you. Stop blaming yourself, okay? It is not your fault. I think you're taking way too much responsibility here for something that happened, all right? There is going to be a beautiful transformation and a beautiful healing for your life. Your life is going to be fully renewed, okay? And trust and believe that better is on the way, all right? Fairy tales do exist. It just didn't exist back then. Doesn't mean you have to squash that, okay? You need to see things clearly, which is you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are loved, you are great. And whatever happened to you wasn't your fault. That's something you just need to know and take with you and see clearly. Also, you really don't know what people think or feel about you. You don't have to know everything in that department. Trust your spirit. Trust your heart. Go into your intuition more. I think you rely very heavily on people's apologies and people's words. If they don't apologize to you, if they don't express to you, if they don't communicate to you how they feel about you, you think, oh my gosh, they're not being honest with me. They must not really love me because they're not talking to me or treating me the way I think they should. The answer is no. Your expectations are way too high. You're very, very worried about something that you shouldn't worry about. And it's a triggering from the past because there's insecurity. You don't feel safe. There's an insecurity in your past. So now you need to feel secure, and you're looking for people's affirmations to make you feel secure. Speak to me, talk to me, tell me I'm safe, tell me you love me, tell me I'm on the right track, tell me I made the right decision. Tell me I'm worthy. Tell me I'm good, because I don't believe it. Tell me we live in a safe world, because I don't believe it. Tell me to calm down, because I can't calm down. Tell me to relax, because I can't relax. You're living on eggshells here, Pisces. You know, they say a guilty person usually jumps at unexpected sounds like noises, something falling, something dropping. They say guilty people usually react really quickly, or they're jumpy. It's because they feel guilty. They say there's just something around them that makes them expect something negative to happen to them. So it's almost like they're waiting for that negative thing to happen. Pisces, there's another message for you. You are so wounded that you're waiting for the next bad thing to happen. You're so wounded, honey, that for real, nothing's good in life. There's no such thing as a fairy tale. Good things don't last. You see you see life in a very dark light, because that is your history, just a dark light. It just was dim, okay? It was dim. You live in a lot of darkness here, spiritually, emotionally, okay? That's where you live, and it's like you just, it's very anxious. It's full of anxiety. You've seen so much darkness, it's very hard to see the light. What does Spirit want you to know? Well, for one, I feel called to pull a love oracle for you for whatever reason, but every reading's different. Bottom of the deck is time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. Don't try so hard to fix everything. Try so hard to fix yourself. Try so hard to be perfect. This healing is so bad that it takes time. A long time. Give it time. You're not late. The next message is beautiful, right? Pisces is all about passing from the world. Pisces is always thinking death, right? But this is death and transformation because you do have life renewed. So think about a death and a transformation. Let the old you die. Let it represent the caterpillar. And the caterpillar's death represents the butterfly's birth. Let the old you die and the new Pisces begin to live. When you pass from this world, Pisces, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you've shared with those you love. Not the bad ones, you take the good ones, okay, mostly. You might take some lessons with you, but you're going to take the love in your heart, the happiness and the joy. That's going to travel with you. Leave the rest behind. I have a big message for Pisces, and I hope it hits home because I feel like it's major. Go to my community channel on YouTube. Go to my channel. Scroll over to the word it says community. I have a post. And it's a girl with like flames in her hair like a lion and whatever. She's got wings or something. But on the post it says, you know why you're not healing? It's not verbatim. I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm going to go with it. You know why you're not healing? Because you're trying to rebuild and pick up the pieces from the person that died. The old you. The past. It's dead. It's gone. It's old. And you can't heal because you constantly want to rebuild, remake the old you. You want to pick up your broken pieces from your broken past and you want to stitch it and glue it and tape it and mend it together. You want to remake the old you. You want the old you back. You want to go back to that time and fix that child or fix that human and get her back. Save her or him. Rebuild them together. But the message is that person's dead. That person's gone. It's over. The reason you're not healing is because you're not breathing life into the new you, the new Pisces. You are a new you. You are not that little girl. You are not that little boy anymore. You are not that woman and you are not that man from the past anymore. That relationship you had back then, it's not there anymore. It's dead. It's gone. Buried. But you want to keep unburying it. You want to keep digging up that grave. Trying to relive what happened. Revisit it. Recreate it. Fix it. Breathe life into that. You want to do CPR. You know, no disrespect to that, but you're trying to bring it back to life. It's gone. And these are just metaphors. I'm certainly not thinking literally here. Okay? But now Pisces is reborn. Pisces is hatched. You are the butterfly. Pisces, you're living a new life, a better life, and you just got to let that one go. Sun Val Al, oh, Steph, I'm feeling my heart opening as you speak. This is a major for me. Oh, I'm so glad, Sun Val. Oh, you needed this. Thank you for being here. Thank you. So yeah, guys, breathe life into the new Pisces. She's born now, or he is born now. You guys are born. You're brand new. You're beautiful. You're perfect. You're not that person. People look at you and they see the beautiful, vibrant glow of a new birth. You are a vibrant, beautiful, worthy human. You are an inspiration. You are a healer. You defeat your battles. You defeat your enemies. You've overcome that which tried to break you. You are a victorious warrior and a great leader in your life, in your world. You've overcome that which tried to take you down. You're a hero. So celebrate the hero in you. Celebrate the one that overcame this darkness. Celebrate the one they couldn't take down. You are fierce, and you are to be reckoned with. Or not to be reckoned with, you know the saying. But I'm just going to leave it here. Pisces, you're the phoenix. Okay? You rose from the ashes. Welcome to this new life. Don't worry about what people think. They don't see your past. They see the new, beautiful you. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at the new, beautiful Pisces. They're not looking at that other stuff. So you stop looking too. Stop looking at the past. No one's looking over there. Breathe life. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching my channel. It's been a long one. Remember, like I always say, this love in life is a journey, not a destination. Just keep swimming. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. It's Happy Halloween. We will do a Happy Halloween reading later. I look forward to seeing you then. It will probably be a short one, but it will be fun. And until then, just keep swimming, guys. I'll see you soon. Keep your head up. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't.
It's supposed to be Halloween.
It's Halloween now.
But,
Maybe we'll make some cookies.
Mom, I don't think kids are going to be coming out of the house.
Okay, well, we're going to go, guys. I love you. Have a happy Halloween. I'm thinking I'll be doing a trick-or-treat special later. No, not a trick-or-treat special. That's over. A trick-or-treat reading. It's a special reading.
Mom,
And I'm going to have some candy, and we're going to have some fun.
Mom, since you are cool, I'm making something cool for you.
Thank you.
Don't come out yet.
Oh, don't come out yet? You're going to scare me? You're going to surprise me.
It's a surprise.
Oh, okay.
For you.
Oh, okay.
And me too.
Oh, I love you. All right, guys. I love you. Look at all you guys. I hope these messages touched you. All right. Thank you so much. If you guys want to purchase anything I have to offer, you can go to jks1111.com. See what I have going on there. Also, if you want to donate anything to me, you can go to Cash App. And my money Cash App tag is money symbol, let that shit go, 1111. All right? So that's available to you. If you just want to give me a shout out. Hey, Steph, happy Halloween. Or just love you, or thank you today, or whatever. It's not expected, but it is appreciated as always. And if you guys want to please leave a comment, let me know how these readings helped you. That's appreciative for me and everybody else that would love to hear your story. Feel free to share your stories down below. And that's it. You guys have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Ooh, 44 and 54. 444. Awesome. Good news, guys. Stability's on the way. Love you. Bye.